dangerous. Get dangerous. Shameless. Basic. Shameless. Get dangerous. That's right.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream. Hope you guys are all doing well. Happy Sunday, my friends. Hope everybody's having some great flight sim time in this weekend. Lee, good to see you. Bomb Tech, welcome back. As Rito, good to see you. Captain Chad, welcome. Cameron, good to see you. RJ, yes, unfortunately YouTube has deemed that our medicine emoji is goes against YouTube guidelines and policies. So here we are. I don't know why, but it's 2023, man. You can get canceled for just about everything nowadays. Ooh, look, a Lufthansa A320 departing behind us. Anthony Baldo, good to see you, my friend. Gary P, welcome. Scandinavian 84, welcome. Greg Elwell, I think I got you, but welcome. Scott Kelly, good to see you. Keith, good to see you, my friend. Chris, good to see you. Zemp, good to see you. John Zander, welcome. Average Aviator, hope you're doing well. Wasima, good to see you. Max Medcraft, welcome. Tenure to Moba, good to see you. Shout Ace, good to see you. Ken LeMay is in the house. Welcome back, my friend. Ralder, good to see you. Inbound Aviation, great name. What's up, man? Good to see you, dude. 2 Wicked 14, welcome back. Flight Sim Pilot, good to see you, man. Sanders, good to see you as well. Leonard Grant, welcome. I'm not Rita, good to see you. Blaze, welcome back, man. Hope all is well. Do I have your controls? I do have your controls. I don't necessarily enjoy using it. It's usually pretty buggy. I'd love to see some type of like native support where like Microsoft added like, you know, a shared cockpit type of thing, but I do have your controls, yes. Soren, welcome back, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Caleb, good to see you. Rhino Gaming, welcome. Mark, what's up, my mate? Good to see you, dude. British Aviator, welcome. You're at stand 24. Nice. Joining us for today's flight. We're at stand 28. This is where they parked us last night, so we're just pretending like we, the aircraft sat here overnight, and we are doing the return flight now. Aviation Nick, good to see you, man. Captain Clark, good to see you as well. Welcome. Troy 85, welcome. Reggie, good to see you, my friend. Welcome back. Hope you're having a great weekend, Reggie. Aired, good to see you, man. Welcome back. Hope all is well with you. Welcome back to the channel, friends. Obviously, as discussed earlier on this week, we are doing the return flight from Malaga today, going back to Leeds. And the weather in Leeds, well, it's slightly better. I was looking at the weather this morning, looking at some things. The weather is slightly better. We've got winds 240 at 10 knots, so at least it's not gusting 45, so that's a good start. It is raining. Scattered at 1,000, scattered at 2,000. So it is raining currently. I don't know what it's going to be like by the time we get there. But I can tell you right now, in its current weather in Leeds is showing some rain, so that should be an interesting arrival again. If you missed it, we flew into Leeds the other day. Weather was almost down to minimum, so it was kind of fun. So, yeah, they made your controls really good. I mean, your controls is good, yes. I just, there's so many parameters and there's so many things that you have to make sure. So it's kind of a pain in the ass, if I'm being 100% honest with you. It is a cool little tool, but I couldn't imagine using it like every single day or something like that. It's just, there's just, yeah, too much of a pain in the ass. Just want to say thank you for your content. You're doing such a great job. Always love your streams. I bought myself a Tobii eye tracker after your review, and I'm blown away. Thank you. Awesome. I'm glad you enjoy it, man, and I'm glad you can find use to it in the simulator world. Absolutely awesome, man. Thank you so much. It's raining here in Montreal. Yeah, it's raining here today as well. I took Daisy out for a walk this morning. It was raining and very foggy because it's kind of warm. All that snow is like kind of melting. What car do I have? I drive a Corolla. Nothing fancy, my friend, I promise you. Studying for exams, taking a quick break. Nice. Glad you could join us, man. Glad you could join us. Anyways, friends, welcome. You know the plan for today, and you know the plan for tomorrow. We're going to be back in the Ryanair aircraft tomorrow. Tomorrow we are going from, I think we're going to go Dublin to Cork, Cork to Shannon. I think that's the routing for tomorrow. So if you are interested and you do want to join, be doing some real-world Ryanair ops. First Officer Daisy is standing here looking at me. She just drank a bunch of water. Let's jump inside the aircraft. Let's get this bad boy programmed, ready to rock and roll. We're looking at 2 hours and 42 minutes back to Leeds this afternoon, this evening, this morning, whatever you'd like to call it. And should be a great flight. Beautiful weather here in Spain. I think we're going to start to pick up some weather as we get to the north of France and into the UK. So it should be a great flight. Looking forward to it. Have you ever flown into Juneau? Yes, plenty of times. Yeah, plenty of times. College Dude, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Fly Daddy 320, welcome back as well. Hope all is well, my friend. First Officer Daisy, it is now. She's moved to the couch, chat. She's moved to the couch. Cool. Let's jump inside the aircraft. Let's get this bad boy program ready to rock and roll. First thing is first. Let's go to the overhead. We'll go and get the battery switched to the on position. We'll get the ground power on. That will bring the aircraft to life. Beautiful. Let's go all the way up top. Let's get our Deers left side and right side nav. Good. Continue our flows down here. Everything looks good. We'll get the forward fuel pump on. Ground power. Everything looks good there. Get some panel brightness turned up here as well. We'll arm our emergency exits. We'll get the chime only to the on position. We'll get the God, GSX, you're so annoying sometimes. We'll get the window heat on. And we'll continue the flows down here. Everything looks good. I believe we're going to 36,000 feet. 34 or 36,000 feet. So we'll plug up 36,000 feet. I believe that's our altitude initially. We'll go and have a look-see at that here in a minute, and we'll make sure that our logo lights are on. Beautiful. Cool. Everything's done through there. Wonderful. Let's come down here. Go to our electronic flight bag. We're going to request data from SimBrief. That's going to go and import our data. You can see we are ChanX3, Charlie, November. Our alternate is going to be EGLL, London Heathrow, I think, right? Our average wind component, 272 at 89, so nice. Not as crazy as it was yesterday. Yesterday it was, what were we getting, like 140 knot crosswind or something yesterday as well? Pretty crazy. 1,100 nautical miles on the route distance. Our zero fuel weight today is 61,751. Very close to max tow again. Heavy airplane. We've got 179 passengers. Zero fuel weight 61,751. So that is all correct. Beautiful. Let's come down here. Let's spend some time on the CDU. We're going to go to the FMC tab. We're going to go to our pause init. We're sitting on the ground here in Malaga. So we'll go LEMG. Throw that into our reference airport. We'll scroll over. We'll get our left GPS position. We'll set that. Wonderful. We'll go to the route tab. What we can do is we'll do our flight plan request. It says invalid entry. Oh, because I have that. There you go. That would be why. Thank you. We'll do our flight plan request. You can see SimBrief route LEMG to EGNM. That is correct. We'll select that one. It's saying for our block fuel we need 11,100 kilograms of fuel. That is correct. Our zero fuel weight 61.8. That is correct. So we're going to set payload from there. Beautiful. And we're going to set fuel from there. Wonderful. And then we're going to select the route. We're going to give that about 30 seconds to run through everything that it needs to. In the meantime, we'll get some lights turned up on here, get some main panel brightness, get some lights up on. Good. We'll turn our screens down a little bit. You know how I like to roll. Good. And I can see our FMC is saying that we have something ready for us. So we'll go back here to the FMC. Route uplink ready. We'll hit the load button. Give that a second to run through. It says route uplink loading. So give that about another 10-15 seconds. It'll go ahead and import all of the flight information. We'll come down here. We'll get some panel brightness up on this guy as well. Beautiful. See what we're doing down here. Good. We can activate and execute that. And there we have it. We've got our route uplink done. LEMG, EGNM, X3, Charlie, November. Everything is set there. Happy with that. Beautiful. Before we do anything else, let's just go ahead and grab our clearance. We do have ETC online today, so that's good. Do you think a Ryzen 5 7600 and an RX 6650 XT and 32 gigs of RAM DDR5 6000 will run well on Microsoft? I think so. I don't know a lot about Ryzen chips and stuff, unfortunately. I wish I knew more, but I don't. But I probably will in the coming New Year as I do more research on a new build for myself. Okay, this is ADIS information Gulf. Runway in use is runway departing runway 13. New departure process, force airborne, remain on tower frequency 11815 until further advised. Okay, that's good. In use, please file valid. Call ready for startup. Okay, so we'll let them know we've got ADIS information Gulf. I have the departure here. I don't know what they're calling it. It's the BLN 4 Hotel. So I'm sure they'll have a name for it, but I have no clue what the hell this departure is called. I thought on the charts it used to show you what these departures were called. Like up top here, it would give you like a name for it. Like what is that? What is the BLN? Balin. Ah, well there you go. The Balin 4 departure, I'm assuming, is what we're going to be on. Maybe. We'll see. Straight out departure, and then it's going to be a left turn down and up through Spain. So, the Balin 4, I guess, is what we're going to request. Or actually, I guess that's what we're going to get. So let's go 118150. We have ADIS information Gulf. And we want to get our clearance out to Leeds. Pardon me. Do you like the 737 cockpit? I do, yeah. The CPU is better than the i5 13th gen. GPU is better than the 3060. I mean, you should be fine then. The only thing that I would say is maybe if you can get like a 4070 or a 4060, just because you get that frame generation. That's like the big thing right now with these, you know, NVIDIA GPUs, the newer NVIDIA GPUs, is that frame generation. It's pretty crazy, man. It is pretty crazy. All right, we've got ADIS Gulf. Let's go ahead and call for our clearance. Malaga Tower, very good afternoon or evening. X3, Charlie November, ADIS information Gulf, IFR to Leeds, please. Kevin, what's up, man?
3, Charlie November, Malaga Tower, hello, clear to Leeds, Island, Bravo November for hotel departure, runway 13, climb 3000, squawk 4431.
Alright, X2, sorry, 3 Charlie November is cleared into Leeds, Balin 4 hotel departure. Departing on runway 13, initial climb 13,000, 13,000, squawk 4431. Right. Read back is correct, chat. Beautiful. Cool. Let's come down here. We're going to go to departures. We're going to plan for the Balin 4 hotel departure out of runway 13. We'll execute that. Good. As far as the rest of that, I don't think we really need to do anything. We're not going to insert an arrival quite yet because we have no clue what the winds are going to be doing, so we'll do that when we get a little bit closer to Leeds. But as for now, that looks perfectly fine with me. So what we could do is we go to our init ref, and what we could do is we can do our perf init request, and we'll let the performance plug in all of the information that we have plugged into our flight plan. 4060 Ti and a non-Ti suck even with frame gen. Don't go for less than a 4070. Okay, well there you go. You have a 4060 and it doubles from 40 to 80 with frame gen. I mean, it's pretty good. Daniel, celebrating 41 months. Huge no floaties to you, man. Thank you for the support, Daniel. I appreciate you. That is incredibly kind. Thank you, man. Huge no floaties, dude. How do you get an AIRAC data up to date? Navigraph subscription is the easiest way. A Navigraph subscription is how you would do that. We've got our perf init uplink ready. We'll go ahead and load that. Beautiful. We'll go ahead and execute that. Wonderful. We're looking for 360 on the cruise. We'll plug that in. Wonderful. Block fuel. We've got 11.1. Everything looks good there. Wonderful. Cool. Great numbers there. We'll go to our N1 limits here today, and here's where we're going to go over to our electronic flight bag, and we're going to punch in some information. So before we do that, I'm going to go to our departure. There's our weather. Good. I'm going to come over here. We're going to go to standard instrument departure. Standard instrument departure. Thank you. We are on the Balin 4 Hotel, so we need to find that on the list. Balin 4 Hotel. Be good if you were on the standard instrument departures, not the stars. Balin 4 Hotel, we'll pin that one. Good. We're going to go to airport. We're also going to pin our airport chart, so we have all that. Airport chart has been pinned. Beautiful. And then for the arrival, now on the star, they have us on the... There is no star. That's right. There is no star into Leeds. So we've got that. And for the approach, as it stands right now, we're going to expect the ILS 3-2. So they also have a Cat 2 and a Cat 3 on 3-2. So we'll pin both of those approaches. And then we'll go to our airport and we'll also pin our parking stands and our airport coordinates. Beautiful. Cool. That should pin all of our charts. If we go to pinned now, we should have all of our charts, which we do. That's all good there. That's all good. Wonderful. Let's go back here. Let's click this guy. We're going to go to our performance tool. We're going to start bringing in some information. So we're going to select runway 13 for departure. Good. We're going to import from aircraft, actually. It's going to get everything there. Takeoff flaps, we're going to go with 5. Rating, we're going to go takeoff. Anti-ice will be off. There's our weight, 167.17. CG 1894 packs will be on. We'll sync up the live weather. Then we'll go ahead and calculate our V-speeds. As you can see here, our acceleration height, 1,500 feet, flaps 5, N1 percentage, 92.52. We're looking for a cell temp of 48 degrees. So that's where we'll come down here and we'll select 48 degrees, and you put that in the top left part of that. The numbers may not match. Right now it's showing 93.5. That's because packs are off. As soon as we turn the packs on, you'll see that we lose that 1 percentage, and it will be 92.5 on the percentage. So that's good. We'll go to our takeoff page. Flaps will be set to 5 degrees. CG weight was 18.9, which is confirmed through here. 18.9, and we've got our V-speeds 47, 49, 52. 47, 48, 53. So we'll put 147, 149, 152. And those are our speeds today. Beautiful. Go to the overhead. We'll go ahead and spool up the APU. We've got the fuel pump on as well, so that's all good. I believe all the passengers are on board. I'm going to set the standard baro pressure, which is done now, and flip you over. Good. Wonderful. Cool. Everything looks good there. We'll just wait for the APU to spool up, and then we will be good to go. Initial climb, 13,000 feet, and our runway heading, which will bug up, which will be 130 in case of anything switching of that, and it looks like it's going to be 152 on our V2 speed, so we'll bug up all those numbers. Beautiful. So we've got 13,000, 130, 152 plugged in on those guys. We are just waiting for the EPU to spool up. Should be available here any second. Looking good. 4060s have no future proof. Low VRAM and memory bus. 6700 XT is a much better option for the price. I'm not going to disagree with you because I don't know enough about it. Again, I'm just thinking about frame generation, and that's where the 4000 series, in my opinion, if you can afford a 4060 Ti, 4070, 4080, 4090, that's where, in my opinion, that's more future-proof than a 6700 XT. I don't mind AMD. They're just not up there in my standards of future-proofing yourself. I feel like you know, we're kind of like we are with like the 2000 and 3000 series. There's just so much more room for improvement, and when you do get a 4000 series, you are, with that frame generation and other games allowing frame generation in something, I feel like it's worth it. But that's just me. I don't know. I'm not here to argue. You know what I mean? Can't believe it's only 43 months already. Let's do another 43. Brandon, thank you very much, my friend. 43 months. Huge no floaties to you, my friend. And I got some with yous. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you, man. 43 months. Absolutely incredible, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, APU is on. APU bleed is on. 36,000 is set in our pressurization panel. We'll flip this over to APU gen. Good. Let's go to our GSX menu. We're going to prepare for pushback and departure. Beautiful. I am going to get the airplane on its park brake. Good. We'll come down here. We'll go to our second page. Ground services. We'll remove the ground power, and we will remove the wheel chocks. How beautiful. Looking good. Sweet. And now we just need our squawk code, 4431. 4431. And we'll turn that on in reporting. And we should be good for a push and start. I don't see anybody else behind us, so we'll call them up for a push and start. Malaga Tower, Channel 3, Charlie November, ready for push and start, stand 28.
Channel 3, Charlie November. Drop, standby, hold position, call you back.
Alright. Was getting 100 FPS at JFK with a 4080 in frame gen. Woof.
Correction, Channel 3, Charlie November. Your estimated off block time is around 30 minutes early as requested, so you said you're now ready for push and start, correct?
A firm tug is disconnecting now for Channel 3, Charlie November.
Gotcha, simple.
30 minutes early. A lot of variables with frame rates depending on what resolution you're running. Big difference between 1080 and 1440 and a true 4K. Absolutely. Yeah. David, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well.
Channel 3, Charlie November. Push and start approved. QNH 1024, Honorary 13.
Push and start is approved. QNH 1024, and we'll expect 13. Channel 3, Charlie November. Thank you. All right, we're going to go tail right. Beautiful. Let's go upstairs. Anti-collision lights on. Seatbelt signs are on. Hydro pumps are on. Fuel pumps are on. Let's release the park brake. Good. I don't know why our ground spoilers are out. No problem. Good thing I looked at that. Wonderful. And we'll go upstairs. Make sure that EPU bleed is on. We do have bleed pressure. And we'll go ahead and spool up engine number 2. Enjoy, friends. Looking to play at peak performance. What specs in a PC am I looking for? The best of the best, man. If you're looking for peak performance, and I'm assuming money is not an issue, then you should be getting the best of the best. You should be getting a i9 13900K with a 4090. Or, I don't know what the equivalent of that would be on AMD, but something very equivalent to that on an AMD as well. That's what you should be looking for. Sasha, how are you? Welcome back. Tanush, what's up, man? I have no clue why there's a slot time. I think it's something that they do in Europe, to be honest with you. Or in Spain. I've noticed in Spain there's like block times. So our block time was indeed set for about 30 minutes from now. So yeah. Mr. Mopar dude, what's up, man? A 1700X 3D and a 4090? Yep, absolutely. That would be really good as well. Yeah. A Ryzen Threadripper would be the equivalent? No. Aren't those for like servers and stuff like that? I thought those were servers. Digital, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Did you hear about PMDG 777 preview? I did see the tire that they showed. Yes, David. Pretty useless if you ask me, but hey. Thank you for showing me a tire. I'm pretty sure it was just like almost like a satire joke because the other company, iFly, released a picture of the tire as well. So I feel like it was kind of like a shot at them. Start valve open. N2 percentage rising. Yeah, the Threadripper's for workstations. That's what I did. Missed your 1 year badge, Mopar dude. Did you celebrate your 1 year badge? Thank you. 1 year. I feel like it's been way longer than 1 year, but 1 year since we figured out how to properly set it up. Actually, it was the entire set of tires of the left main. Oh, well, jeez. Oof. Just a teaser for Christmas, wait and see. I mean, hopefully, Lambert. Hopefully, man. There we go. 12 months as a first-class member. Although he did have an account before with like 2 years of service, I think, or something, wasn't it, Mopar? Thanks for support, man. Appreciate you, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That tire means it comes out at the end of the week. Only logical reason. Exactly, right? When do you normally, I missed that. When do you normally start up the first engine when you start the push? You can do both. You can start engine number 1, engine number 2. On Airbus, they usually start engine number 2 because I think that does all the hydraulics. So that's why they usually start engine number 2. Smitty's good. I was in a Discord with him earlier this week. He's good. He's busy. He's a full-blown train spotter now, man. He ain't got time for us flight sim nerds, and he's a full-blown train nerd, Mopar. Yep. He loves his trains. Gen 1, Gen 2, APU bleed is off. Packs to the auto position, isolation valve to auto. Probe heat comes on, yaw daper comes on, EPU goes off, start switches to continuous. Get our taxi light on. We'll set flaps 5 degrees for takeoff. We're looking for a trim value. Takeoff speeds are perfectly fine. We're looking for a trim value today of 596. We'll set that just at about 6. Should be good. There we go. Should be good right about there. Southwest starts engine number 2 to isolation valve and packs 2 when they start number 1. There you go. Airbus, they start number 2 because that one feeds the yellow hydraulic system, which is in charge of the brakes. There you go. There's an official response, official answer. Alright, thanks, but do you start up the engine when you start the pushback? Yes. Yeah, you wouldn't usually start up your engines at the gate. Yeah, you usually wait for pushback. You're clear of all the obstructions and things that could be at the gate area. Alright, well, we'll let them know we're ready to go. Tower 10X3, Charlie November, ready, taxi 13.
10X3, Charlie November, thank you, taxi via Golf 6, Alpha, hold short of Alpha 3.
Alright, Golf 6, Alpha, hold short, Alpha 3, 10X3, Charlie November. Philip, celebrating 3 months.
Continue, taxi.
Appreciate you, man. Huge no floaties to you. Thank you. Incredibly kind, man. Auto brake over to RTO. Flight director, left side. Flight director, right side. Auto throttle, VNAV, LNAV. Good. Alright, he wanted us on...
Sunset 530 X-ray. Sorry for the delay, by the way.
He wanted us gate 6 Alpha.
Well,
gate 6 is right here, we'll call it, and then we'll go Alpha. What are your thoughts on the Tobii eye tracker? I'm on the fence. I absolutely love it, man. I absolutely love it. I'm using it right now for taxiing and you know, VFR flights and stuff like that, or shooting visuals. I just don't think it gets any easier or any better, man. I absolutely love it. I love the fact that it basically does everything that my Track IR did, but I don't have to wear this big clunky thing on the side of my head, and I don't have the extra wires running down. That was the big drawback of Track IR. I love Track IR. I love any type of tracking software. The big thing with this one is just that, again, you don't have to have any wires. You don't do anything. It just tracks your head movement. It's pretty smart. It's pretty intuitive. Yeah. Would suggest switching from Track IR to Tobii. So tempted to make the purchase. Tough call, man. I mean, if you're like me as Rito, if you know you're going to use it, I say it's worth the investment. Tough call, though. I don't know, man. Maybe, is it still on sale? If it's still on sale, you could probably grab it now, but yeah, I don't know. It's a tough call. Jack, can you guys give me 2 seconds? Just have to finish my breakfast. It's literally sitting right here. Look, I should have a little bit of my oatmeal bar. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Next 8 Foxtrot Mike, if wait to Tom Jet 737 passing left to right.
No worries, we're giving way to the channel.
Pablo, thank you, man.
Sorry.
Runner 86 Whiskey Mike, taxi to stand 15 via Bravo.
Stand 15 by Bravo, 86 Whiskey Mike, thanks.
Shanix 93 to red, please, sorry.
Shanix 932, Roger, push and start approved.
Okay, thanks, Jack.
1024.
Good H1024, push up to Shanix 93.
Runner 9 at Juliet, Quebec, pushback clearance cancelled. You have
Try by the Thrustmaster TCA pack for the PMDGs. The TCA Boeing pack, it's absolutely fantastic. Hands down the best yoke I've ever used in the simulator. How can I check my flight? My sim flight has on radar 24. Sorry, what? What was the question? I don't understand. Would you suggest switching from, sorry, got that one. Does a 3070 Ti have frame gen? No. It's only in the 4000 series. 4000 series graphics cards have frame gen. The other ones do not. Alrighty. Going all the way down to 13. Hey Gap, how come you never fly in Asia? I know VATSIM coverage isn't that much in Asia, but it's still so many beautiful approaches. We have. But yes, I would agree with you. We don't get there as often as maybe I would like. Scenery is a little bit iffy when it comes to Asia. Japan's beautiful. We love flying into Japan and stuff. I did a whole Asia tour as well. We did have some great scenery. Flew into like Ho Chi Minh and Bangkok and some cool places. I'd love to go back and do some more. Yeah. Love the Jet2 holiday paint job. Yeah, this is just the regular Jet2, or this is the old Jet2, I guess. Yeah. China was online on VATSIM last night. Very cool. Alrighty, chat. If you get a chance, watch Mav's stream from last night. The ATC traffic was epic. Where was he flying? I was deep into Call of Duty last night. What goes out here?
Thanks, 3 November. Next time, please hold start of Alpha 3108 degrees 3 knots, runway 13, clear for takeoff.
Oh yes, my apologies. I was supposed to hold short Alpha 3. We're 13 cleared for takeoff. Chinix 3 Charlie November. Chat. Pilot deviation. We were told to hold short Alpha 3. I don't know why, but we're told to hold short. LAX to Reno. It's a good flight. We haven't flown into Reno in a while, actually. We have that freeware scenery, isn't it? Or is it payware scenery? I might be thinking of the X-Plane world. Alrighty, chat, we ready? Yo, cam's going on, sounds are going up. Let's get out of here, shall we? Throttles to 40%. Wonderful. Chrono's on. Let's go flying. Toga. Set nose down pressure.
Airspeed's alive.
Takeoff power set.
Knots.
Neutral.
V1. Rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate of climb.
You're up. Climb power's in. Auto brake off. Gears locked.
Try 3 November, when I say it comes here.
We do calm. Thanks for ATC, man. Have a great afternoon. Chinix 3 Charlie November.
I appreciate the stream.
Alrighty, 122.8 for us. Flaps 1. Sounds back just a little bit now. Is this a 737 MAX? No. This is an 800 NG. The MAX has like big screens. It's the immediate difference you can tell with the MAX. It's like screens all the way across. Very different than the NG. Alrighty, we're going flaps clean. Mike Alpha X-Ray 30 months. Thanks for support, man. Appreciate you, dude. Huge no floaties. Thank you. So we have a speed restriction here, 220 knots. If we look at the chart, I'll show you exactly why. It's because of the terrain out there. We have to get up and above that terrain before we make our left turn. So that's why we've got a speed restriction, 220 knots. Climb quite heavily. If we look at the departure here, you'll see the speed restriction, 210 knots. 220, 230. And the reason is because they want to get you as much altitude as possible off departure. I'll be excited for the first Max release. Yes, absolutely. Mike, thanks so much for 30 months, man. Appreciate you, dude. Hey. Good to see you, man. Thanks for supporting the streams. Long-time first-class member. Appreciate you, man. Captain's reverse thrust on the TCA Boeing throttle work. Yes, absolutely. Wouldn't be a very good throttle if the reverse thrust didn't work, did it? Alrighty, beautiful. Rolling out of the turn, 8,000 feet. Autopilot 1 on. Back up into the flight deck. Sounds can come back just a little bit now. We're also going to bug up our cruise altitude, which was 36,000 feet. 36,000 is in. Just going to confirm that that is correct. Cruise optimum is 363, max is 378. Perfect. So 36,000 is correct. Good. Out up on the climb. Wonderful. Is there a restriction here? Between 9,500 and 10,000. Interesting. Okay. Did you clean the flaps? Yeah, flaps are up. Just picked up MSP, IED, and Denver on sale. Loving these Flightbeam products. Yes, Flightbeam does a great job, man. They really do a great job on their products. I can confirm. Well, apparently it's blowing through that restriction, so... Oh, no, it's just speeding up. Okay, got you. It is speeding up. It's actually insane how FSX 2015 used to look amazing already, but now this sim is just, wow, yes, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy, I do agree. Alright, so we're speeding up. We'll get the lights off, start switches, keep everything else on for now. Can you guys bear with me for 2 seconds, chat? I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. We are back. Thank you. Climbing, standard barrow. I think this is good. We get the seatbelts to the auto position as well. Other than that, everything is looking good. Reggie, thanks so much, man. 14 months. Thank you very much. Says Heatcap, enjoy the streams when I'm not at work. Yes, I would feel like it's much easier to enjoy the streams when not at work, right? Huge no floaties to you, my friend. Thank you very, very much for support. Appreciate you. Incredibly kind. Thank you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What's the difference between those having the lever in the up position and the off position? What's that, Jasper? Up and off. The gear? I think when you have it in the off position, there's no like hydraulic going to it. I'm not quite sure. Yeah. Any Christmas plans? Like for stream? Or like in personal life? For stream, we're going to be going up to Rovaniemi, which we do every year. We fly up to Rovaniemi. Huge no floaties to you, Reg. Thanks for the support, my man. I appreciate you, dude. Thank you. Remember, guys, if you are enjoying the content, you did enjoy that departure, don't forget to smash down that thumbs up button. We're about 2 hours and 40 minutes, well, about 2.5 hours up to Leeds from here on out. Yeah. About IRL, I've got my family on Christmas Eve, and then I've got the fiance's family on Christmas Day. So it'll be back-to-back, too much food. Traffic? How the hell are we getting a traffic? Hello? He was going the other way. Weird. Azrito, 16 months, my man. Huge no floaties to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Incredibly kind. Appreciate the support, my man. Thank you very, very much. 16 months is 1 million subscribers before 2024. I mean, we'll be lucky if we get out of this month with 75,000 subscribers. Yeah. I think the off position cuts power to the gear system. I think it's the hydraulics. There's no more hydraulics that run through it when it's in the off position. Do you use FS traffic? No, we're flying on VATSIM, so it's real world traffic. Well, not real world, but other players. Capital, I do feel Aerosoft got the money they needed to stop developing and stop developing. Well, no, that wouldn't be part of the. That would not make sense at all. They're getting the money to develop a product. So I would say that the product is probably delayed because now they're working with the German government. So I'm sure that the German government probably expects it to be at a level of not, you know, Latin VFR and Captain Sim standards. But yeah, just because they got the money, I don't think they've stopped developing. I think, yeah. You got my TCA Boeing yoke sits neutral physically, but in the game it sits to the left because in-game settings, do you know how to calibrate it? The in-game settings don't seem to work. You can go to the Thrustmaster website and see if they have any calibration tools or something like that, Miles. You may be able to use like the native like Microsoft calibration. I don't know if that'll help. I've never seen that though. It's a little bit weird. David, very cool. My professor in Memphis used to fly the 727. Said it was for the hydraulics, which I believe is correct. Would you know why Boeing has autopilot 1 and 2 compared to just 1? So I believe that there's 2 independent autopilot systems in case one fails. I think that's what it's for. It's for redundancy. If autopilot 1 fails, they always have autopilot B. If autopilot B fails, they always have autopilot A. That type of reasoning. I believe that's the reasoning behind it. Also, you need to have both autopilots engaged to do an auto land. So that could also be part of it. Huskers, what's up, my man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Was departing MCO to Salt Lake City and Microsoft. Nice. It's a great flight. Great flight. It's a long flight, actually, with that headwind. All I hear is clicking and it's driving me mad. Sorry, hold on. Let me turn that down a little bit. Let me get the Christmas tunes going. Hold on. Gotta get Mopar's Christmas tunes. Mopar's gonna be singing these Christmas songs. He's gonna be very happy. Wait, where's that playlist? Ah, here it is. Got it, chat. Get that clicking out of here for Mr. Mopar, dude. Start the Christmas tunes. No, please go back to the clicking. Nope. This is what you get. This is what you get. One of them is the autopilot. If so, it gets the right flight time before being auto captain. No. Autopilot 1 is the cap, is PF. Autopilot 2 is the FOPF. That's common usage. Yes. Yeah. Hoping PMDG 777, MD11, and Fly-by-Wire 380 will be out soon. I know the MD11 will be out in the new year at some point. Fairly into the new year, I believe. I think they're looking at a January, February release date. So yeah. Hey Cap, my PMDG 737 doesn't work with FS Realistic anymore. The frames are below 10 and the aircraft doesn't load even after hours. Usually doesn't happen with other planes. Any news on this? I've never had this issue. Are you making sure that your FS Realistic is up to date? Like you're using the most current version of it? That's what I would do. Shouldn't have any issues. But I hit YYZ to Frankfurt in a 3:30 IRL. This is a bit less than a week. Can't wait. Nice. That'll be fun, man. Yeah. Matthew, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome. Hope all's well, dude. What rudder pedals am I running? The Thrustmaster pendular rudder system. You can put exclamation point TM in chat. Starting descent in 30 minutes. Clock's been going for 10 hours and 31 minutes now. Overnight long haul. Oh my goodness. You're far braver than I am, my friend. Far braver than I am. Is this VATSIM? We are on VATSIM, yeah. Sounds good, Reggie. Going out for a coffee. When should I contact center on VATSIM when I don't get handed off by someone else? Usually when they tell you. You can keep a look on the you can keep a look on like the VATSIM map or something, but I usually wait for like a ping or somebody to tell me. Wasima, thanks so much, man, for your business class subscription. Appreciate you, my friend. Welcome aboard to the Green Team. Hope you enjoy your stay here. Huge no floaties to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Woke up with engine 1 and 4 failed. Quick restart, though. Good to go. Jesus. Benny, celebrating 41 months as a first-class member. Huge no floaties to you, dude. 41 months. Absolutely incredible, Benny. Thank you for your support, my friend. Guys, can we get some no floaties and with yous in chat for Benny and our newest member, Wasima? Thank you, guys. Appreciate all the support. Thank you. Good morning, Cap. Hope you are well. Yesterday, we had United Airlines Dreamliner arrive at CHCN New Zealand. Flies for 3 days a week during the summer to San Francisco. Very cool, Carwin. Very, very cool. How's the weather in Ottawa today? Warmer, but raining. It's very cloudy. Very foggy. I shouldn't say cloudy. I should say foggy. We got about a foot of snow last week, and now it's into the positives. And yeah. FSS just posted a E195 steep approach into London City video. Interesting. I still think they're going about this whole thing in the wrong way, man. I just don't understand who's calling the shots over there at FSS, but they just seem to be taking misses upon misses upon misses. I don't know how you can sit there and push a new aircraft when the initial aircraft that you released almost a year ago now is still kind of sitting in the state that it's sitting in. I just don't know, man. I just don't know how you expect people to support you. I get it, like, cool, and Embraer is, like, it's neat, the 190 and the 195, it's a cool airplane, but, like, come on, get your other airplane, like, you know, they should be all hands on deck on getting a custom FMC and LNAV and VNAV in that thing, man. Not just relying on default Microsoft systems and charging $35 for it, you know what I mean? I probably won't get the 190 and the 195 until it has a custom VNAV and an FMC. There's just, yeah. Can I ask what the new with you means, like an ATC conversation? Yes. A lot of pilots, when they contact ATC, they'll say with you. And it's kind of like one of those things that's like a little bit frowned upon in aviation. It's not really frowned upon. It's just one of those things that, like, people, it's always one of those that you pick up, because, like, you don't really say, like, who else are you with, right? You're talking on a radio comm to a controller. Who else would you be with? You know? Totally agree. Instead of releasing another half product, why don't you work on the projects currently underway? It just, the only reason it makes sense to me, Lone Sparrow, is money. They just want more money. And that's, again, what scares me at the end of the day. These guys have done, listen, I don't want to deter people from, like, you know, creating products and stuff like that, but these guys have not done enough to warrant charging more money. It's a year into the E170 and 175, still no custom FMC, still no VNAV, still no LNAV. Listen, I'm not saying it's something easy to do, but it's just, I think it's absolutely absurd that you're trying to push another product onto people when the first product you released a year ago is still basically like a default freeware mod, is what it feels like to me. That does not feel like a payware airplane, that product. It feels like somebody spent a couple hours, slapped something together, grabbed the, you know, a lot of default assets from the Microsoft SDK and just threw it into an Embraer and said, okay, here's my version of an Embraer 170, 175. I don't know, man. It just, you know, it doesn't sit well with me that they're, you know, that the initial product that they released a year ago is still where it's at. And, like, you know, they really haven't done much, man. It's not like they modeled the aircraft. They literally bought the 3D model of the airplane. So it's like, what have you guys been doing? What's been done in the last year? I don't know, man. I don't know. The real plane has VNAV, right? I thought they said they don't have it in the real world, which is crazy. No, of course they have it. No, they were, yeah, their whole development thing and the way they were talking about people, and yeah, it was kind of shitty, to be honest with you. I don't know when the next time we'll fly it. Yeah. Heard V1 say radio check on his last stream on VATSIM, and I thought of you. Oh boy, radio check. I mean, you can do a radio check, that's fine, but don't start off like, don't log into VATSIM and the first contact you have is radio check. Don't do that, please, for the love of God, chat. Don't do that. If there's any advice I can give you on VATSIM and properly flying and not clogging up comms for absolutely no reason. Also, just to give you a little bit of information, if you're ever wondering, you can open up the client and look, when you press the push to talk button, see how the TX lights up? As soon as you push your push to talk button, that's all you need to do. You don't need to bug up comms, and you don't need to make radio check. No need. Hit your push to talk button, make sure the TX lights up. Good to go. Just like that. That took me all of, what, 2.5 seconds to complete? I don't have to bog down radio calls. I don't have to, you know, VATSIM's busy, man, in case you guys didn't notice. VATSIM is damn busy, you know. AirFK, thanks so much for the €6 donation. Huge no floaties to you, man. Thank you very, very much for your support. I really do appreciate you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Custom FMC beta summer 2024 in the roadmap. I mean, again, Lilopilot, that's perfectly fine. I'm just saying, I just don't understand how you can start pushing a new product. I don't understand how they think it's okay for them to start selling an E190 and an E195. What are we buying? We're buying the same E170, 175, but a longer version of it. Everything is the exact same. Okay, yes, the other one has a steep approach button and it allows you to do steep approaches. But other than that, that's what you want me to pay for? But the other aircraft came out a year ago and we still don't have basic functions like LNAV, VNAV, custom FMC. what are we paying for? You can't even go direct. You literally can't even go direct to waypoint. Come on. Like, I shouldn't, you know, I think it's absolutely silly that we have to have this conversation about, like, this is where things should be if you're, you know, going to support them. So anyways, like I mentioned, I'm not going to be picking up the E190 and the E195. No, I won't be giving them any more money. I already feel bad about the money that I did give them. I'm not going to give them any more money until they show that they're actually, you know, working on a custom FMC, you know, stuff like that. They said you can go direct to waypoints. So R6, in an essence, you can go direct to a waypoint. It doesn't draw a new line. So let's say right now, right? Let's say the ATC gives me direct to, I don't know, DSG or wherever, that DGO, that waypoint. The aircraft would draw a new line to DGO. When you do it in the E175, it doesn't draw a new line. It just sends you direct. So you could be flying off to no magenta line, and then all of a sudden you'll come back to a magenta line or something over here. Also, you cannot go direct off a SID or a star. So a lot of the times when you take off, what happens? You're either on a radar vector, you're on a heading, and then ATC will give you direct a waypoint, right? Same as on an arrival. Sometimes you have to skip a little bit of a section for the arrival. You can't do that. You cannot go on a direct to on a SID or a star. There's so many things that need to be addressed with that airplane, and that's what I'm getting at. I think it's absolutely a money grab, and I don't use that word lightly. To me, it feels like a money grab that they're out asking for more money for an A3, sorry, for an E190 and an E195. Complete your first project, finish what you promised with your E170 and your E175, and then it's time to move to the next project. You don't start a new project in the middle of a project that isn't even complete, and it's, I would arguably say, probably less than half done. In what world, right? It's like a video game. It's like a video game company giving you half a game and saying, okay, we have this new game coming out, but we're going to come back and fix this old game, finish the old game after we release the new game. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you think about it in any other aspect of life, this would just be like a huge red flag, like a, no, wait, what a second, what do you mean? I haven't even got what I paid for the first time around. Why am I paying you again for something else that is just as bad as the first one that I have? I don't know. Mofo 5 gifted members, huge no floaties to you, man. Thank you very much for your support. Appreciate you as always, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We need to contact Madrid Control. Madrid Control. No extra music, it's here. Chat ATC right now. Madrid Control, very good evening. Chain X3 Charlie November, flight level 360.
Chain X3 Charlie November Madrid, identify, flight level 360.
Cap, how do you import custom camera views? Put them into the aircraft folder. If you read the instructions, it should show you Aviator Chill. Or are you talking about the ones on my Discord channel? You just want to find your aircraft folder in your community folder, and then it should be a subfolder in there. Although I do hope that they bring the VNAV. It comes at the same time to both aircraft. Is they're pretty much the same. I mean, yeah. Who knows with them though at this point, dude? Honestly, like I said, I can't keep up with these guys. Obviously, they have their own. They have their complete own process of how they're going about this. Again, I think they're going to become. I don't know, but I feel like they're on the road to becoming a Latin VFR, a Captain Sim. When I see stuff like this and I see ideas like this pop up, and like, whose bright idea was it to sit there and, you know, and they're charging for this. This isn't a free update. You know, it'd be completely different if this was like a free update. Like, oh, hey guys, you already bought our E170 and our E175. Here's an E190 and an E195. No, they're charging people all over again. Which is, I don't know, man. Again, I don't know how you can sit there and tell people that they have to pay for a mother product when the first product that you released a year ago is still nowhere close to where it needs to be. You know what I mean? Hey, tried to copy your cam settings, and when I pasted the file in SimObjects 738, I deleted the old file. When I'm on the plane, there are no cams binded. Do you know how to fix this? I don't, Tim. Unfortunately, it's one of those weird things, man. It works for some people, it doesn't work for some other people. I don't know why. I don't know why. What is my next waypoint? Next waypoint is Bexid. No, VTB. Victor Tango Bravo. Victor Tango Bravo. Yep, have you seen the new teaser of the PMDG 777? The wheel? Yes, I saw the wheel. The 777. Even adding a working title LNAV would be enough. I mean, as a placeholder until they get their systems in depth. Yeah, I don't know the rules around that, what you can and what you can't do. I don't know if like the working title stuff is now in the SDK for everybody to use. I don't know. I think X-Plane is dead. Look at what Microsoft did in terms of visuals, and X-Plane asks more money now for hopefully better visuals in a couple of months. I wouldn't say X-Plane's dead. I think there's always going to be a market for X-Plane. There's always going to be people who want to support the underdog or support the other one. I think X-Plane will always be around. I think the days of X-Plane being like on the top of the flight sim world are long gone though. Yeah. I don't think X-Plane's ever going to die. I think what you may see is X-Plane maybe move away from the 4-year schedule that they're on. I think they may target maybe a 5 or a 6-year schedule now, because I agree with you at this point. There is no way that they can compete with Microsoft as far as releases, as far as visuals, as far as those types of things go. There's just no way that it's going to happen, so they need to start focusing on other things, I think. Quality of life and you know, bringing the simulator up to today's standards, if you will. Would you say the E175 is pricey for what it is? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I flew it for a week, a couple weeks ago, flight simulation experience, and at the end of the week I told people I just don't think, I literally, if you go back to the video, I tell people like, it's just not worth it. It is not worth it. To me, it feels like a free mod. It feels like an aircraft that I downloaded on flightsim.to, and yeah, that's what it feels like, if I'm being honest with you. It does not feel like a $40 or $50 payware airplane. Not at all. No. I'm on 140 nautical miles behind you. Had to go eat as soon as my pushback clearance. No worries, man. Mike, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. X-Plane had a great run. They did, man. I mean, I'll never forget. I think between, what was it, 2017 and like 2020, up until when Flight Sim was announced, Microsoft Flight Sim was announced, I would say 2016, 2017 to 2020 was the golden years for Microsoft. Like I remember, or sorry, for X-Plane. I remember going to Flight Sim Expo down in Orlando in 2019, and X-Plane was the king, dude. Everybody was developing for X-Plane. They just announced that they were going over from, they were going to be moving from OpenGL to Vulkan and Metal, and performance was going to be better, and visuals were going to be better, and oh, I remember that, dude. It was, I remember sitting in the seminar and being like, wow, like they're actually, you know. Thoughts on the new COD map? Like the new Warzone map or the Call of Duty map? I haven't played the new one. Understand the shade on Latin VFR, but after dumping it, I tried the A320 again, and it's better, but not PMDG. I mean, listen, John, I don't think there's, everybody's going to have different standards, right, John? If you think the aircraft is okay, please don't get upset or get, you know, a lot of us that have been in this hobby for a long time, John, have a certain standard, and unfortunately the Latin VFR airplanes just don't meet a lot of our standards. That doesn't mean that you can't enjoy it. I can't stress that enough. Just because you see me being critical of a product doesn't mean that you can't go out and enjoy it. And please don't feel bad if you do enjoy flying these aircraft. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just giving my critical opinion on, as a content creator, somebody who's been in the industry for years and has seen all kinds of crazy shit. I'm just giving you my opinion, man. The biggest thing that scares me with that E-Jet series is, one, these developers just don't seem to give a shit. The developers are, I don't know, man, the FSS guys, they just come across as like super snarky, super arrogant. They were the same ones that like when they were trying to sell the E170 and the E175 in the beginning, they were trying to convince the chat, and they were trying to convince the people that were going to buy their airplane that, oh, well, we have real Embraer pilots on our team, and they say they don't use VNAV because it doesn't work very well. And it's like, bro, shut up. Like, come on, that's not the case at all. Everybody here knows that in a real aircraft, the LNAV, the VNAV is going to be used 99% of the time. Sure, there may be certain instances where you need to go into flight level change or vertical speed or whatever it may be. But to sit there and tell people that, oh, the real aircraft doesn't use proper VNAV and stuff, like, come on. You know, right from there, you kind of knew that these guys were a little bit, that's the reason we didn't code it, is because we feel it's not important right now. Yeah, okay. It's more like you can't code it. You haven't figured out how to code a VNAV and an LNAV, and yeah. Lab VFR made for Xbox market to fill the gap there perfectly. You can't compare them to what you can get on PC on consoles. It's a great point as well, Strody. Yeah, it's a great point. Yeah. My new PC is running Flight Sim so smoothly, 100 FPS with Batsman and the Zebo small plane, but working great. Nice. Awesome, British Aviator. Great news, man. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I think for a new developer, you need to let people use your play in one-day trial period before you commit to a hard-earned money to the product. Obviously not well-established like PMDG. I would agree with you on that one, and that's why I'm always cautious of like new developers and stuff like that, right? Yeah. Got many plans for the future? You perhaps create a podcast for flight simmers? Maybe down the road. I've never really thought about it, to be honest with you, man. I mean, we had the Blue Experience. We had Blue Games and XP who were doing the Blue Experience for quite a while. I think just schedule change, and they don't really do that podcast anymore, but that was a good one. I used to enjoy that. I actually went on there as a guest a couple times. Yeah, I don't know. Never thought about it. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? X-Plane is there for those of us on Mac, so I think it will survive but not dominate. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. You could say they manipulated their customers a little bit. Yeah. Looked at the Tropicana prices just for kicks during the Expo weekend. About fell out of my chair. Won't be staying there. Probably stay at the Luxor or the MGM. Close enough and doable prices. Yeah. Dan was looking at getting a block of rooms, Huskers, at the Luxor. So maybe reach out to Dan. I think we're probably going to book something come like January, February, March. You know, somewhere around there. Huskers, like 3 to 4 months before the event. When we were looking at the Luxor, Dan could get a block of rooms at the Luxor. So it was like, I don't know, 5 or 6 rooms together at the Luxor, and it was fairly decently priced. It was under $200 a night. So, I think it was like 170, 160 or something like that a night. But yeah, for the Tropicana, those prices, nah. And honestly, dude, the Luxor is down the street. Like, literally down the street, right? It's right there. It's like the one hotel. It's across the street and like one hotel down. So, yeah. Hiccup, do you think X-Plane is good for investing your money into? It depends, man. I can't tell you. It depends what you're looking for. Really depends what you're looking for. Is that Madrid? That is. Not Madrid, sorry. Yeah, it is. That's Madrid. You can tell by the crazy runways.
Europa 9165 libre para descenso.
Europa 9165 libre 320 para nivel 140.
You can't use Bing or Google Maps, great live. I use whatever's default. Yeah. Sólríkt gave me EGL as an alternate for this flight. I'm flying Ryanair. If I divert due to fog, I'd go to Manchester. Yeah, I don't think it takes into account the airline that you're flying, British Aviator.
Welcome to Barajas. Taxi via Alpha.
Getting tired of the same Phoenix and PMDG flights, going to retrain from the E310. Going to retrain on the E310 FedEx off just to change it up. I mean, that's a great idea because I really think we've got the Ini Builds E300 coming soon, man. They said before the end of the year. Fingers crossed we do get it before the end of the year, but yeah, it's a great idea, to be honest with you. He kept use Binger. Sorry, got that one. Runways are huge in Madrid. They are. Yeah, they get some huge planes into there, though, don't they? Would you say that Xcoder's Denver for X-Plane is better than Flightbeam's Denver for Microsoft? Tough call, to be honest with you, man. Flightbeam is, like, on top of the game, dude. I don't know. That's a tough one. I'd have to go and, like, look at, like, screenshots, and it's all about, like, performance and other things as well, right? Yeah. Good morning, Mr. Barry. Happy Sunday, my friend. You can very easily change the alternate. Yes, of course. Yeah.
Roger, expecting Alice Zulu from the 32 left from...
Did you see the 777 previews? I did see the wheel. Yes, the landing gear. Stretches and yawns. Hey, I'm stretching too, Dave. No problem.
519, climb flight level 340.
What planes, if there are any, do you know that are coming out soon for Microsoft? Soon, off the top of my head, we've got the Anybuilds A300. We've got the Phoenix A319 and A321. We've got TFDI MD11. We've got PMDG 777. And we're about to get a bunch more news, probably around the Christmas time or into the new year, about some of the other planes that are coming. We have Bluebird with their 7.5 and 767. I still think we're a little bit away from those ones, but hopefully in 2024, we're going to be seeing the Bluebird 7.5 and 7.6. We've got Aerosoft A330. We've got the Synaptic A220. I mean, there's just, the list is literally endless for the amount of airplanes that we have coming. Hopefully, which will all be released in 2024. I really think 2024 is the year, chat. I know I said this last year. I said this last year. I said that 2023 was just going to be an incredible year. I do think that 2023 was an incredible year for Flight Sim. We had the Expo back down in Houston. We had World Flight this year. I think that this year was an incredible year for Flight Sim. I honestly, truly think that 2024 is going to be the year where this simulator
fly direct to Belen.
Fly direct to Belen for Chinix. 3 November. Thank you. All right, proceed direct to Belen. I was able to do that because I have my one down here. Mofo with the $14 donation and the 5 gifted members. Huge no floaties to you, man. Thank you, dude. I really do appreciate that. That's incredibly kind. Thank you. Huge no floaties, my friend.
Ryanair 76 Sierra November, request 2 minutes, please.
Ryanair 76 Sierra November, copy. 341 back. Go.
Mofo, thanks, man. Appreciate you, dude. Says those with a wheel fetish, PMDG nailed it. Oh, there we go.
For those with a wheel fetish, PMDG nailed it.
Yes,
Next time they needed to show some love to the tail lovers.
Jesus. Huge no floaties to you, Mofo. Again, I think that it was a shot because, like, the eye, I don't know. Okay, so listen, I'll show you guys. So this is why I think PMGG did it, is because iFly posted an article on FS Elite or whatever. Yeah. So this is what iFly posted. So this is the picture that iFly posted of this was their preview for their 737 MAX. This is what they posted. So I think that's why PMDG posted the picture that they saw. I feel like it was like a jab, you know what I mean? Like a little shot PMDG did to iFly. That's just what I feel. I could be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's why PMDG, like 3 days later, posted basically the same picture and said, this is our update, right? I feel that that's what happened. I don't know. I'm from Madrid. We get A380 action sometimes. Got you. Friendly banter. That's what I'm thinking. Because PMDG is also putting out a 737 MAX, right? So.
Ryanair 9 Juliet Quebec Madrid. Good evening. Identified climbing flight level 360.
Ryanair 9 Juliet Quebec.
You can still see a couple 747s, property of Vamos Air, parked. Interesting. Sim update 14. Yeah, I'm on the recent sim update. Yeah, absolutely.
Direct to Lucem and up to flight level 380 and L137.
Very good evening, Easy 90 Foxtrot Alpha 370 inbound to Omilo.
Easy 90 Foxtrot Alpha Madrid, good evening, is Koch 445, correction.
We also tried the, what's that for us, the mag? What do you mean?
Ryanair 76 Sierra November back.
Ryanair 76 Sierra November, thank you. EC90 Foxtrot Alpha.
Using an add-on to land in Microsoft like Google Map Enhancement? Nope.
Charlie Romeo India Sierra Alpha.
Just default, man. Default streamed ortho.
Direct to Krista for 90 Foxtrot Alpha. I'm sorry, we're going to be such a pain. Can we take around 20 minutes? Is that okay?
Okay, it's the maximum.
Okay, I'll make it 19, thanks.
Well, sorry, the Max 737 from iFly. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see how much they charge. We'll see. We'll see how far PMDG is from releasing theirs, because PMDG is also doing a Max, right? So we'll see. We'll have to see, man. I'm assuming the Max add-on is probably going to be like $29 to $39 or something, you know? Knew I heard a familiar voice on frequency. Dublin to Malaga. Didn't realize you flew out of Malaga. Good to see you in the skies. It is, Kev. What's up, man? Good to see you, dude. It is. We're doing the return flight. We flew down yesterday. Flew down to Malaga, and now we're on our way back to on our way back to Leeds. And then tomorrow we're doing some Ryanair. Tomorrow we're doing Dublin to Cork, Cork to Shannon. Something is known about the 7.5 in Microsoft 2021 or was release date. We do not have a release date. There is one in development. Yep. We've got the Bluebird 7.5 and 7.6. So we do have that coming as well. I'm more of a pair of engines kind of lad. I would have loved to have seen the engine variant. Which one do we think PMDG is going to do? They're going to do the Gen X. First time visiting Malaga in the sim, just about 2 hours ago. Been down to get an L. Just got it about 2 hours ago. Nice, man. Very good. Scenery is great. Beautiful scenery. MK Studios does it again. Great scenery, man.
Literary control, good evening. Blue Max 4 X-ray, put back and flight level 38.
I fixed the AnyBuilds link so it's shortened URL and properly gives you the credit for linking them. It was already doing it, Dan. I don't understand what you were... Like, it was doing it fine yesterday. It looked like the link was cutting it off, but if you click on the link, it was perfectly fine. It still took you to the reference, and then it had the thing at Captain Canada at the end. Thank you for fixing the link, but it didn't need to be fixed. I checked yesterday. Everything was fine. Like, you go in the description of the video and click the link in the description of the video. You'll see it works perfectly fine. It looks like it cuts off the end, but it doesn't actually. It's just the way that the link is posted on Google and Nightbot. Jake, what's up, man? Just got back for another swim meet. Nice, very cool. The Rolls-Royce and Pratt & Whitney will be with the expansion pack, most likely. Okay. Man, not to be negative, but I'm so tired of seeing any more 737s and A320s for Microsoft. We need some new tin, which I know is in the oven. Yep. I agree with you, man. I agree with you, dude. Now, one could argue, yes, you know, these are the two most common aircraft. 737, A320, the two biggest, you know, but yeah. Yeah, see, Dan, if you click that right now, everything's fine. Or if you click the link in the description again, it looks like it's cut off, but it's not cut off. As long as you click the link, it says at the end, reference equals Captain Canada, so it's still going for mine. Do you know what I mean?
Iberia 3840, flight direct Domingo, Delta Golf Oscar.
I'm talking about the timer link?
Iberia 31 Sierra Romeo, Madrid, buenas tardes.
Why wasn't the timer link working? Timer link should have been working as well. It's the exact same link.
Pues Iberia 31 Sierra Romeo, en el 348, 320, información Delta 2, Delta bordo, listo, copia.
Iberia 31 Sierra Romeo, permítame que le llame en un minuto. Break. Iberia 3840, Madrid.
Okay, well hopefully that works, Dan. Thank you. It's weird.
Iberia 3840, flight direct to
Very
Delta
weird.
Golf Oscar.
Devere, thanks so much for 7 months, man. Appreciate you. Digital Floaties too. Thank you very, very much. 7 months as a first class member. So 7 months, that's crazy, man. Happy flying to you, man. Thank you. Flew to Madrid last night. Was impressed with the airport scenery, even though it's just default. Nice. Is it handcrafted? It might be a handcrafted. I'm not quite sure.
Atenas. Salida Nando 3, corrijo. Salida Nando 2 Romeo, pista 36 derecha. Ascenso inicial 13.000 pies, responda en 4411.
Where's that wind right now? Yeah, 75 knots. We've burned all the fuel in the center tanks as well. So we get the center pumps off. Cruising at 36,000 Mach 0.79. Ground speed 448 knots. Some nice cloud cover coming up here soon. Chef, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Hello, Captain. Did you see Jamie bought himself a Mercedes? No. What's with those Brits, man? Chewie driving around in a BMW. Jamie buying himself a Mercedes. Man, must be nice to live at home and not have to buy property and things for yourselves, eh? My goodness. Wow. Good for him, man. Good for him. I think it's absolutely insane to be buying those cars, but hey, good for him, man. That's what he wants. He works hard, man. Jamie, Chewie, all those guys, they work extremely hard, man. And I've always said this before. There is no other support than like a fellow UK supporter. I truly think that the UK streamers, the support that they get from their fellow UK viewers is simply incredible, man. It's simply incredible. I mean, shit, dude. If he's making it, yeah. Matt and Jamie live at home with their mums, makes it easier to afford posh cars. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I feel like we're also like Jamie's super young too, isn't he? Jamie's like in his early 20s, isn't he? So I mean, you know, he wants to go take out some nice girls in his nice Mercedes. Good for him, man. Good for him. Cars are cheapo there because the petrol is so expensive. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I feel like gas over there is just as expensive. But yes, can confirm. If I didn't have to pay rent and a mortgage and buy tractors and shit like that, damn right, I probably would have bought myself a Mercedes too. Probably could have got one. Yep. Unfortunately, I'm at a completely different point in my life, and I have realized that spending $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 on cars is just not the smart choice. And rather invest that in my future and not something that's going to depreciate in value. Yeah. Are you starting a farm or something? Yeah, I own. Well, it's a horse farm, Mike. It's not a horse barn. It's a horse. It's like free pasture for horses to go and stuff like that. Yeah, we have horses out there. 19 horses we're boarding right now. Dog, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. That's okay. Next YouTube check. Let's pick up a moped. Could probably afford that. Current UK gas prices are $1.48 a liter, whatever that translates to in CAD. Dog, did you see our new emoji with you? Yeah, that's quite expensive. I think we're $1.40 Canadian a liter.
Good evening, Easy 85 Hotel Golf, flight level 3.
Well, like I've always said, man, those UK guys, there is no more support. It is absolutely insane. I've always thought that as somebody who's been part of the flight sim world for a very long time, and I've always kind of seen the UK, the amount of love, man, the amount of support that UK followers give other UK streamers is simply incredible, man. It's absolutely crazy. They are very tight-knit group of streamers and viewers and stuff like that. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Yeah. Petrol in the UK is $2.52 Canadian a litre. Yeah, so it's about $1 more a litre. It's pretty expensive. Pretty expensive. And if you bought a Mercedes, that means he's putting premium in it too. Huge. In the UK, most people use personal contract plan to buy their cars. In essence, they rent them for 3 years, swap them out, and start again, so you never really own the car. Interesting. I didn't know that. You're kind of like a lease, but yeah. It's absurd how much these cars are. When my mom got her van, she got it for 20K, and the latest version is 30K base. Yeah. It's expensive, man. Everything's getting expensive, dude. Everything's getting expensive. That's why when I decided to go for a new car, I said, okay, what car can I buy that one isn't going to destroy me monthly payments? It's not going to be anything crazy on my monthly payments. And two, something that's going to last me for a long time. You know. And, yeah. Lapik, if you could just put that in English, please, man. Unfortunately, I don't speak other languages, so I don't know what you're saying. Brian, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Hope all's well. Hope you're having a great Sunday, man, and a great weekend. But good for Jamie, man. Jamie works hard, dude. Jamie, this guy grinds, dude. He does like 6, 7, 8 hour streams. I don't know how he does it, man. With the amount of energy, jumping around in his chair and playing DJ and doing all kinds of crazy shit, man. Kudos to Jamie, dude. He's definitely an entertainer. He's a proper entertainer, him. I wish I had more time to watch his streams. He's usually in the middle of his stream when I go live. I don't really spend all that much time on Twitch anymore, to be honest with you. Not as much as I used to. I don't really spend much time on Twitch, so I don't get to catch these guys anymore. I saw Chewy was streaming this morning. I got the notification. I saw that Chewy was streaming this morning. Ever since Chewy got his job with Microsoft, I just find it's a little bit difficult to kind of watch his content, because he usually only does it on the weekends, and he does it like early in the morning for me on the weekends. Is it hard flying over the pond on VATSIM? Just want to fly Halifax to Heathrow in a 737-800 MAX. I mean, you should be able to do it. Yeah. He's on all the freaking time. He is, dude. He streams a ton, man. That's what I'm saying. He deserves it. Work hard, man. Work hard. That's what you get. Now, I also feel that can also backfire a little bit. You have all these people that are supporting you with donations and memberships and stuff like that, and then you start pulling off, you know, you start pulling out $60,000-$70,000 Mercedes cars, and it's like, maybe we're donating a little bit too much. So, slippery slope, man, as a content creator. You have to be very careful, and in my opinion, that's just how I look at it, is a humble life. You don't need anything crazy. Don't go anything crazy, man. If you're making great money, put it in the bank, dude, because God knows when your streaming career will end. God knows when something will happen. Streams aren't a thing anymore. Twitch shuts it down. YouTube shuts down. Whatever the hell it may be, right? I don't know. But he's young. He's young. Let him be young. Let him buy his nice car. Jamie was wilding yesterday. He is on every stream. Every single stream. Yeah. Do you want to fly to the Ukraine? We're avoiding Russia and the Ukraine right now for obvious reasons, man. We don't need to get political. We're here for flight sim, man. We're here for flight sim. Interesting. You have an equine hotel. We have a Highland who is a lunatic, so he's on a track system. Horses are such a huge commitment. Probably why I drive a 14-year-old car. Yep, they are. Yeah. Which streamer is Jamie? London Controller on Twitch. London Controller, good friend of the channel. Yeah. It's an A class. It's the most inexpensive Mercedes you can buy. Good for him then, man. Whatever. Good for him, dude. Like I said, I'm happy for him. I love Jamie. Good friend of the channel. Never met him in real life, but we've been, you know, he's been here in streams. I've been over on his streams. Good for him. I'm happy for him, man. He deserves it. Like I said, dude, he streams his ass off, man. This guy works hard. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And it's crazy high energy. Too much energy for me personally. but he's an insane amount of high energy on his streams, and he's playing DJ, and he's got his little mixer thing on the side, and he's going crazy, and he's crazy, dude. I think Jamie's going to the expo in Vegas. Nice, that'd be cool, man. That'd be very cool. I'm surprised he hasn't been over to any of the expos, to be honest with you. Like I said, man, he's been quite popular with the. Well, I kind of understand, maybe, I guess. I would say he's probably more popular with like the European and UK group of flight sim. I don't know how many of those guys end up coming over. I do meet a fair few of them when it is over. You know, I don't know how many North American viewers and stuff he has, so it may be a little bit too. So yeah. He kept, you know when the E300 will drop and how much it will cost? I have no clue. No clue, man. Yeah. He lives in London. It'll be great for sitting in traffic. Nice. He's a great control though, for real. Oh, dude, he's amazing. That's where I first found his channel, was through his through his ATC. Yep. ECAP, what speakers do you use? What speakers do I just use? Headset. I don't have any speakers. No. He's been a full-time student until fairly recently too, I think. Yeah. Yep. Well, I mean, dude, clearly you're making that kind of money. I mean, you can, you know, and like I said, we've gone over this before. The reason why so many people still live with their parents in the UK is because of the housing prices, right? You guys have explained it to me. I know that I have quite a few UK watchers and viewers, European viewers. The price houses, the house for prices, the prices for houses, Jesus, are absurd, right? Even like rent and stuff like that, like it's crazy expensive. Like where I live right now, I have a 2-bedroom master. So it's 2 master bedrooms. I pay $1,000 a month for here. And then the mortgage on the farm is, I'd have to look at the numbers, but, and then there's a mortgage on the farm as well, right? So, yeah. Was that another chicken checklist complete? Yes, that's exactly what that was, yeah. Can confirm living in the UK, property is incredibly expensive because there's no land. There's too many people, Robert, right? Too many people, no land. Yeah, I mean, dude, I was, how old was I when I moved out? I think I was 17, almost 18 when I moved out for the first time. And I haven't looked back since. I've been gone. I've been gone since.
Well, the descendant down to 6,000 feet, I've been at 10260 for 269.
But that I think is just because it's, you know, a little bit more affordable here. And affordables in quotations. Depends where you live. If you live in the south, it's expensive. The north, it's more reasonable. But you can get a mansion in the north for the price of a small house down south. Interesting. Okay. In the UK, both house prices, more recently, rents are just crazy. Land is such a premium as well. So self-build is even harder. Yeah. We're going through that right now, to be honest with you. Yeah. The housing market in Canada is pretty rough. It's incredible right now. It's awful. It's absolutely awful. If you haven't, like, trying to find a place to rent or buy right now is, oh man. Like, we got super lucky with the property and the farm. Like, the fiance was already renting it and running her business, and the guy that owned the property came and approached us one day and was just like, I want to sell the property, I want to retire. Are you guys interested in buying it? And we thought about it for a good couple months, and we went and we discussed avenues of how we would get it done. And seeing that we're both self-employed, it's very difficult to get anything from the bank when you're self-employed. If any of you are self-employed, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Trying to get a loan, trying to get a mortgage, trying to get anything when you're self-employed is, just even for me to get my car, a car loan, a $20,000 car loan, for me to get a car loan, the amount of work that I had to do, the amount of proof that I had to provide that I was making enough money through YouTube and AdSense and that type of stuff, it was crazy, man. Like, they went back 8-9 months of my payment history from YouTube and Google and all that stuff. Like, it's pretty crazy. Yeah. Or out west, everyone's moving from California to Vegas. Yeah, and going to Texas. I've heard Texas is just exploding right now because of everybody's moving from California and stuff. Yeah. How do you make the map full screen on the tablet? Just click the little thing right here. Min screen, full screen. Min screen, full screen. And you can zoom in and zoom out.
November, Madrid.
Go ahead for Chanix 3 Charlie November.
Chanix 3 Charlie November. Chanix 3 Charlie November. You are now leaving airspace. Monitor Unicorn. Enjoy your flight. Good evening.
Unicom, thanks for wonderful ETC. Have a great evening as well. See ya. All right, Unicom. There we go. Beautiful. I don't understand because Canada has so much unused space. Yes, part of the problem. It's because everything, everything in Canada has become so political and politicized. Politicized? Sure. Yeah, I'm not making very sense of my words. Everything in this country has about red tape wrapped all over it. So in order to get the permits for building, it's absolutely insane. Take it as somebody who's been considering putting a house on property. The amount of just the sheer cost of having to get surveyors out and then making sure you have the right permits through the city and making sure you have the right permits through the province and all the things that need to be done in order to either get a property on it or build a property is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. It's ridiculous, and it's part of the problem right now. That's why Canada's going through what we would consider a housing crisis, and that's why rent is $3,000 a month. That's why mortgages are $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month. It's bananas. It's absolutely bananas right now. It's crazy, man. Yeah. Texas is a huge market right now. Hello, Captain. Fly with Lado. Good to see you, man. W control, he was good, yeah. Had a few low rates of 0.25, but to stem inflation, the Bank of England increased them to 5.25. I mean, that's... Mark, we went from... Like, you could get prime plus 1 in Canada was 1.99. So prime lending was at 0.99. That's how it has been for years. I think right now, I think we're up to 8.99 or 7.99 on interest rates right now. We've quadrupled what it was, what interest rates are right now. I've spoke about this before as well. The fiance and I got absolutely fucked. There's no other word. I was trying to think of like a more polite word, but there is no other word. We got fucked with our mortgage as well. It's just crazy, man. It's absolutely insane what the banks are doing right now. It's wild. Just to kind of try and fix the inflation and issues that are going on. It's wild, man. It's absolutely wild. Your mortgage in the UK is $270 per month. Jesus, dude. I wish, man. I wish. Between both properties, I'm up over $2,500 right now a month between both properties, and that's the fiance paying probably roughly the same as well. So, yeah. We went from 2.5 to 8 in America. Yeah, it's the same. It's the exact same. Yeah. Work for a #1 lender here in the market is really bad, going down. But we will never see the rates in the 2s. Not for a while. They are starting to go down, but I think it'll be another 5 or 10 years before we see the rates back to where they were. And even if they do go back to where they were, I don't know, man. There's just so much greed right now as well, right? You look at all these companies that are, you look at all these companies that are talking about, record profit. You have all these, groceries are the most expensive thing right now. I don't know about when's the last time you went to the grocery store, but, yeah. I mean, that's between 2 properties, as Rito, and that's just me. The fiance is also paying like another 2-3 grand on top as well for the other property. So I contribute a little bit to the farm property, but she pays like most of the chunks of the mortgage, and then I still have my rent here where I live, Yeah. Yeah, but all these, all these grocery store companies saying that they're making record profits and stuff like that. You go to the grocery store, the prices are just out of control. But all these companies are making record profits. It's I feel like the corporations have used like the whole COVID and the pandemic as a reason to just, the sky is falling, the prices are through the roof, you know what I mean? So, yeah. 3K for rent, then you need to make at least 5K net in CAD, or what? Well, it depends, obviously, right? It depends, man. And we got taxes up the wazoo here as well, property tax and income tax and tax on everything, taxes on this, tax on that, taxes everywhere here in Canada. Hopefully when Pear takes the big chair, things start swinging back in the right direction. One can only hope, man. One can only hope. And it's absolutely bananas, dude, because if like 5 years ago you would have asked me if I would have voted Conservative, I would have laughed at you, to be honest. But my goodness, at this rate, I just hope he doesn't, you know, I just hope it doesn't turn into Trudeau 2.0. We'll see, man. We'll see, dude. Cameron, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. South Florida, 7K a month for a 4-bedroom, 2.5 acre of land. 7K a month? Holy shit. Paying $5 a month in Fort Lauderdale, $300 electric bill, renting. Paying $5,000 a month with a $300 electric bill in Fort Lauderdale? Jesus, dude. Is that on the ocean? And that's why we're here. We are where we are? Of course, Gordon. Yeah. Sickening, man. This is why everyone is moving to Texas. No tax. Horses that cost $1 million a CA are worth $250K in Texas. Yeah, I hear you, man. Yeah. Brand new homes in Vegas, anywhere between $300K and $700K before you get the rich parts of town where they're $1 million and above. I mean, that's pretty common here as well, man. I mean, you don't... A townhouse here, a 3-bedroom attached house here is between 5 and 7, which is absolutely absurd. Like an attached house, so like a townhouse, a row of houses all attached to one another, between 5 and 700,000 here. My stepsister just sold hers for $670,000. They paid like 200 and something, like 8 years ago, 9 years ago. It's fucking mental, man. It's absolutely mental. Absolutely mental. That's, I mean, that was one of the reasons why we did buy the property. The property that we bought, it has 36.5 acres, 36.2 acres of land. So the thought process behind us buying that much land was eventually, we're not that far out of the city where the horse farm is. It's out of the city, but not very far, 10-15 minutes out of the city. We're eventually hoping that the city expands all the way out to us, and then we can end up selling off some of the land, you know? A lot of the land towards the back of the property is all forested, and there's a ravine that like flows through there and stuff, and that was part of the idea of buying the property with so much land. The house I was raised in downtown Vancouver went from 112K in 2006 to now 1.2 million. Yep. Vancouver's crazy, dude. Vancouver may be one of them. Toronto, Ottawa, Vancouver, Montreal. I mean, I think Montreal, they have rent cap. They have weird things in Montreal. I think there's like a rent cap. So like landlords can't charge a certain amount more. I don't know how it works, but yeah. Do you guys have small lenders like brokers? Normally they're cheaper than banks. I know America does, but I don't know how Canada works. I'm sure they do. I mean, we have like mortgage lenders and stuff like that. So they'll specifically lend your mortgage at like a lower interest rate than the banks will and stuff. But yeah. Florida exploded after COVID. Again, a tax-free state, right, man? I feel like all of the tax-free states right now are just booming. And Florida's probably not well equipped to deal with it, but yeah. An old townhouse costs $800K. Mind you, it's not even in Toronto. Genuinely ridiculous. Yeah. I mean, go look at some of the prices in Ottawa, man. It's absolutely absurd right now. Absolutely absurd. You have 1,100 foot houses, like 1,100 square foot house going for $650, $750, $850. It's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Nah, you gotta be smart with it, Captain Sleep, you're right. Tax-free at the minute? Yeah, I don't know if they'll ever flip over. I don't know, man. We'll see. Keep your lifestyle simple? Absolutely. 100%. It's okay to enjoy certain things in life, but yeah. I've always said a modest lifestyle is the way to go. You know, a lot of my friends, you know, you know, I have a lot of buddies that like, you know, they're like, oh man, like, you know, you make like decent money on like YouTube and stuff like that. How come you don't have like a really nice car? And it's just like, but why? Why spend $1,000 or $1,500 a month on car payments? Just get yourself something practical, something that's going to last you 10, 15 years. Boom, it's all you need. You don't need the nice fancy car. Now, everybody's different. Everybody likes to spend their money in different ways, right? So be it, man. But yeah, I always like to live, you know, within my means. That's for damn sure. Yeah. Napa CA recently put a low income housing, which is $3K a month. That's insane, dude. Now, California's crazy expensive as well, though, right now. So it's difficult, you know. Flight's been good, man. Flight's been good, man. Thanks for coming to hang out. Being a rapper, I don't really see much to worry about what I buy. Mike Jones. Record lows for Black Friday this year. People don't go out and spend. 80% of the population is broke. I wouldn't say broke, but I would say cash strapped. I don't, you know, I think a lot of people are living month to month right now, more so than they ever have been, right? Yeah. I think that that's just a reality of life right now, where everything is expensive, everything's inflated, prices for everything. I think what you're seeing is just a lot more people living month to month right now. Yeah. I got a modest three bedroom, 2-bathroom house, but it's mine. I paid for. See, there you go, man. Yeah. Any ATC online at the moment? Not where we are right now. We just left Madrid Control. And I'm not picking up any ATC along the route, but we may get some when we're there. Who knows? It's still raining. Few at 1200, scattered at 3500 down in Leeds. So it's still raining. We're still about 400 miles from our top of descent as well. So still got quite a bit. Just shy of an hour left until top of descent. Housing is a sad state of affairs when the Gen Z and millennial generation. You know what's crazy, man? You know how many conversations I've had with people in their 60s, 70s, and 80s that just don't understand it. I had a conversation a couple weeks ago with a family member. The family member was basically shaming one of my cousins and another family member because they don't own property. They're in their late 20s and they don't own property. And I had to step in and I had to say, listen, when you were our age, when you were in your late 20s, a house cost $10,000, and that's something that you could afford on a regular salary. There is no way anybody right now in today's economy anywhere around the world that can afford a regular house on a single income or a sole income. It's just not possible. Things have changed so much in the last 20, 30, 40, 50 years. It's insane. And what I took out of that is there's so many conversations that I've had over the last couple of years where people just don't understand, right? You know, like even my parents, even my mom, up until, you know, not even that long ago, my mom used to always tell me, you know, like, Kyle, I had you and I was buying a house at 25, you know? And I'm like, yeah, okay, Mom. Like, when I was born, that was literally the goal in life. The goal was to have a kid and buy a house by like 25, 30 years old. That was achievable. As a single mother of a kid, you could do that back then. There is no way you could do that now. Impossible. That house that cost $35,000 in 1980 now cost $735,000 in 2023. And if you make less than $100,000 a year, the bank is not going to look at you. They don't care. Like you have to meet a certain threshold. You have to be able to live, right? You can't make $5,000 a month but have your mortgage be $4,300 a month, right? So it's, yeah, I feel like a lot of people don't truly understand, and they're not able to comprehend just how different things are now, and just how much things have cost versus how much people are paid don't make sense anymore. It just doesn't. And it's difficult to understand how CEOs and corporations will claim record profits, but the people at the end who are actually doing all the work, who are getting paid $1 or $2 above minimum wage are barely staying alive, right? Like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Fly with Lado, thanks so much for the business class subscription, my friend. Appreciate you. Huge no floaties to you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Incredibly kind, man. I really do appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. They only pay us enough to keep us alive. Man. Yeah. So this happens in other countries also. It's happening all over the world right now. I'm not just saying Canada or the US or the UK. It's happening all over the world, man. All over the world right now. Cap must be paying these prices for property / rent, though. That's why they are that high. Landlords and property owners don't feel the pressure to lower. Yes and no. Yes and no. You know, depends. I've rented from, like, right now, Thomas, like, I'm with a condo corporation, so my rent is pretty much locked in and it's fixed. I don't have to deal with, like, you know, an individual owner, or, you know what I mean, like a private owner who could just absolutely, you know, yank the price of what things cost. So I'm lucky in that essence. My rent hasn't gone up in 3 years, so there's something to say about that, right? I think it just all depends, to be honest with you, really. You have to meet a certain threshold, but then the pay has to increase accordingly, and the cost of living so as possible. I agree, man. I agree, dude. Yeah. Took me and my wife 10 years to save a big down payment for a house. At 40, still looking. The boomer generation argues that they paid 14% interest, but paid $50K for a house. Doesn't compare. I would agree. Yeah. I wouldn't want to have kids since I was growing up for climate, child-free reasons. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Nope. It's pretty crazy, man. Engineer on board, good to see you, man. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. I'm in my 60s and kids are in their 30s, and there is no comparison to what they're going through. It's just, yeah. And that's why I always say I feel like in my lifetime something's going to happen with, like, government, and there's going to be some type of, like, revolution. I don't know if revolution is the right type of word, but I feel like in my lifetime I'm going to see something that's going to dramatically change. It's only a matter of time, man. It's only a matter of time before there's too many homeless, there's too many drug addicts, I mean, we're just getting, it's insane right now, man. It's absolutely insane. I've lived in this city my entire life. I've lived here. I've never felt, you know, scared or not been able to go anywhere. Over the last year or so, when I go out, like, downtown and I walk around certain areas of this city, I'm always looking my back because there are fucking junkies everywhere, and they're so unpredictable, and they're stabbing people and taking used needles and doing crazy shit. It's fucking wild right now, man. It's like the Wild West, you know? It's crazy, man. Yeah. Let's be honest, we all know why this is happening. Well, we all know why it's happening in most countries. I don't know. I know why it's happening in Canada, yeah. But, yeah. My studio apartment in the UK went up for renewal this year. £550 to $675, which is an increase of 25%. I told them I just wasn't paying it, ridiculous. So I got them to lower it to $625. It's crazy, right, Thomas? Crazy, man. Yeah. Love your optimism, but history shows the chance for another world war is a bit higher. Hey, man. We'll see, dude. We'll see. Who knows, man. What's crazy is this morning about pasta sauce and salad mix and a few other minor food items, $40. Hey, man. I went to the grocery store with the fiance the other day. We wanted to have, like, we were kind of having like it was colder and the weather was shitty. I picked up like a frozen pizza and a thing of wings, $43 after tax for a box of chicken wings and a frozen pizza. Like, now it was like it wasn't like it was like a nice frozen pizza, but like a frozen pizza was $43 after tax. I got into the car after going into the grocery store, and I texted her and I said, At what this just cost me, we should have just gone out for dinner. We should have just gone and picked up a pizza and some wings. Yeah, it was $25 for the box of chicken wings, and I think it was I don't know, like $17 or $18 for the pizza, because it was like a gourmet frozen pizza. I forget exactly what it was, but dude, it was wild, like absolutely wild. I think I got one other thing for like $3 or $4 as well on the side. I can't remember what it was. I got something else too because I remember seeing it. It was like a snack, some fruit thing. Anyways, yeah, crazy, man. Yeah, absolutely crazy. It's because the government is focusing on funds in the wrong problems. I don't know why. Well, yeah. Is it like a video game? No, that was Los Angeles. Los Angeles was a video game while we were there for sure. I'll go for a quick shower before I get back to active airspace. Sounds good, mate. Yeah. This discussion makes me sad for all the game developers that get effed over and let go when the game they made is a total success. Huh? That's what it is, man. No one's waking up. Most people are NPCs. This stuff doesn't concern them. Yeah, well. Yeah. Anyways, let's move to lighter topics, chat. Let's talk about flight sim. Who here is excited for the A300 to come out? How much longer do we have till the end of the year? We have 21 days, so we are exactly at 3 weeks away, chat, before the end of December. We're not in November, December. Do we think that we're getting the A300 by the end of the year? That's a big question. Yeah. Just picked up the Bonanza 35 V-Tail on sale. Probably my favorite GA plane in the sim by far. Nice. So far. Very cool. Very, very cool. He kept, I find updates for my planes in Content Manager. If you've bought them on the Microsoft Store Marketplace, yes, Thomas, everything should be in there. Or sorry, Keith, everything should be in the Content Manager. If you bought the PMDG or the Phoenix, they're external, so you have to tech those apps. Yeah. Doubtful end of the year is only a few weeks away. I mean, they said they were coming. They said it would be out by the end of the year, Dan. So I don't know. They could hold us right to like the 31st. It would. Listen, man, it's any builds. I think we're getting either a Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, or New Year's Eve release. That's my. If I had to guess, I think it's either going to be Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, or New Year's Eve release. That's what we're going to be doing. Yeah. Aboard of flying CFM planes. I renew my Navigraph by that time. We'll be very excited. Nice. Very cool. This livery is dope. I do like the Jet2 livery. Yeah, it reminds me of like the old bare metal liveries back in the day. I have a crushing 120 knot crosswind on the way to Salt Lake City today. Microsoft, you're lucky it's not a headwind. Yeah. You think the first week of the new year? Highly doubt we're getting the Phoenix A319 and 321 by the end of the year. I don't know at this point, man. I don't know. Do they... I feel like right now what's going through the Phoenix camp is... Do we get the 319 and the 321 out only with the CFM engines? Or do they want to try and push everything together now that they're about 2 months past the date that we were supposed to get Block 2? We were supposed to get Block 2 in the beginning of October, weren't we? Isn't that what it was? Or November? Middle of November or something? Or was it October? I can't remember. Didn't one of the devs do a Christmas release last year? I don't know. I do not know. The A310 and the A300 are so similar. Is freeware any builds A310 would have a freighter version? I wouldn't care about the A300. I mean, very different aircraft, Lemon Wolf. Yes, they are similar because they are technically in the same family, but they are very different aircraft. The 310 is much wider and like chunkier. The 300 is, yeah, they're different. But I see what you're getting at. You technically can fly the A310 because people have made liveries for it to be a freighter. We technically can fly it as a freighter, but... Bought into the hype of the Captain Sim 777 with mods and it was garbage as I remember. Oh yeah, terrible. Terrible. Great for servers going down and everyone off to fix them. Still waiting for the 7.5? Yet it's coming, man. I knew Bluebird is hard at work. It is coming. Cap, can you know my next waypoint? Mokor. M-O-K-O-R. 310 is a funny looking bird, but I like it. Yes, the 300 is a little bit less funny looking. Yeah. Will the A340 release? I don't think anybody's doing an A340 for Microsoft. I don't know. I know we have a 330. Is MGGT scenery any good? Which one is that? MGGT. Trying to think of that iCow. I can't remember what that iCow is. Take care, fellas. Heading out for lunch with the family. See you tomorrow. Happy landings. Tony, take care, my friend. I will see you mañana. Have any word on fly-by-wire? No. Nope. Guatemala City is MGGT. Who has that scenery? I can't remember. Ooh, chat, land. Which means we have made it across... What is this body of water right here? Isn't there a name for it that I always forget? But we've made it across. We're now at the coast of France. Where are we flying tomorrow? We're doing Ryanair tomorrow again. We're going to be flying Dublin to Cork to Shannon. Planned for tomorrow. All MK Studio day tomorrow. Are there any DC-9, 8, and 10s other vintage airliners available? There is a DC available, Pablo. Yeah, PMDG does a DC-6. I don't know if that's too old for you, but... Yes, short hops tomorrow. Short Ryanair hops, yep. It's the Bay of Biscay. The DC-9 would be absolutely elite. I'm sure somebody will end up making something like that, right? I'm curious to see how many airplanes are still in development and are going to release once 2024 releases, and how seamless that's going to be. That's my biggest question right now to myself with the whole like Microsoft flight sim community. How seamless is the transition from Microsoft 2020 going to be to 2024? Is it a matter of just reinstalling your scenery? Is it a matter of taking your community folder and moving it over and everything work? That's what I'm curious about, and I'd love to get more information from Microsoft over the next coming months to kind of prepare how we're going to do that. You know, am I going to have to get a whole new hard drive so that I can keep Microsoft 2020 and Microsoft 2024 installed at the same time? Can they share a community? Can they just share a community hard drive? Is that possible? So many questions. You know, just installed a reshade preset. Looking forward to see if I broke anything. Yeah, I've always stayed away from those ones. How good is Mako Sim stuff? They have a couple UK airports. They're pretty good, Kevin. Their Manchester is really great. Mako Sim Manchester. I believe that's who does Manchester. That's a good one. It kind of came out in early access. It was really, the price for it was really great, and then they kind of added to it and added to it. So yeah. I hated being a passenger on the DC-9s. I can't like a plane, even in the sim. I don't ever think I remember flying on a DC-9. Maybe when I was a kid, but Sierra Simulations makes the scenery down there. I just don't know if I want to spend the money. They're okay. Sierra Sim does a pretty good job. I have their Nassau as well, which is pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. Are there any reviews? Go on Sim Market and see if anybody's put any reviews up. The beauty of Sim Market is they allow for reviews of products. You can see when it's a good product, a bad product. Landon, dropping the $5 donation. Thanks so much, man. Appreciate you, dude. Huge no floaties to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Incredibly kind, Landon. Appreciate the support, my friend. Thanks so much.
Hey Cap, when the long-haul aircraft start coming out, would you ever do a JFK to PHNL?
Yeah, that could be a fun one. We'd have to do it off-peak season though, so we don't have to deal with the the crazy headwind. But yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah. Love the DC-6, but now I don't know if we'd be patient enough to do more short hauls with it. Yep, I would agree. Hello, Cap. Just arrived in Amsterdam. Very busy. Diego, good to see you, man. Welcome back. Would you like to see a modern 717? I know Delta flies a ton of them. Yes, I'd love to see TFDI bring their 717. I know that their 717 for FSX and P3D was pretty highly regarded. So yeah, I'd love to see that. Hey, Cap, how are you today? Josh, I'm doing well, man. Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Hope all's well. When I start flight simming soon, what should be my first plane? Probably just like kind of using the default planes, getting used to everything. That's what I would suggest anyways. Use some of the default planes and kind of get used to that. First payware plane, it's a tough one, man. Depends if you want to rep the Boeing or the Airbus. Be between those two, right? Yeah. Landon, thanks so much for the 5 bones, man. I don't know why Amy's not reading that one out, but thank you very much for support. Says he cap on the long... Oh, wait, she just did. Never mind. Yes, I would do that. I don't know. My brain's not working. Chat, sorry. Flying now from Oslo to Copenhagen to London Gatwick on a Nordic 737-800. Nice. Random question. What are your favorite features of Aeroplan? Ever use your points to upgrade? Do you have any major trips that you're saving points for? Do you have a status? So John, I just started collecting Aeroplan like this year. I think at the beginning of this year. I got my first American Express Aeroplan card. It's pretty much the only credit card that I use now. Yeah, building points. I probably points for upgrades, I feel like would probably be the best way that I would use them. Flying, I go to World Flight every year. Well, hopefully every year we're doing World Flight from now on. We do Flight Sim Expo every year as well. So, yeah, just use them for like stuff like that. I don't really know much about points. I'm kind of new to collecting like the Aeroplan points and WestJet points and stuff like that. But, yeah, do I have a status? Not yet. I'm going for status, but I don't know. It takes quite a bit to get there, so probably get 25k status maybe by the end of the year. Not the end of this year, by the end of my billing year, whichever it was. So I don't know if it restarts in January, on January 1st for everybody, or if it's like based on your billing cycle. I don't know. Yeah. There will be no reason to keep 2020 if you buy 2024. They're only talking about keeping 2020 alive to keep the community from killing them. Yeah, but my question is less is on day one, is everything going to work? That's my big thing, right, Les? Is on day one, are my products going to work? So Microsoft 2024 is installed. I put my community folder over. Does my Phoenix A320 work? Does my PMDG 737 work? Or do we have to wait for all of these guys to push updates and patches and stuff like that? Obviously that would be my right, because I'm not going to uninstall 2020 if like the PMDG doesn't work, the Phoenix doesn't work, the any builds doesn't work, right? That would be my major concern. That's the only reason I would keep 2020 installed over 2024, is just to have access to these, you know, to these products. So doing a mileage run tomorrow to use up a credit so that I will at least stay at 75k for next year. There you go. Nice. It should be, at least that's what I've heard. That's what I've heard as well, but yeah. It's like sick time. You have to use your points or you lose them each year. Well, no, you keep your points, right? So you lose your, like, when you have your Aeroplan points, you keep Aeroplan points every year. You lose the progress, right? So you lose your 25k, 50k, 75k, 100k status, right? That's how that works. So you'll lose status that way. You get to keep your Aeroplan points though. Your Aeroplan points don't reset every year. You keep your Aeroplan points till you're ready to spend them. Yeah. I also heard that you can import the things you bought from 2020 to 2024. Yeah, it should just be a drag and drop, ideally. Yeah. Love the MX Reserve card. The lounges are pretty nice. Haven't been to the Ottawa one though. It just opened, John. The Ottawa one just opened. I wonder if I have access with my MX. I'll have to check on that. Because I know that they have lounges around everywhere. I don't know if you can you get into the Ottawa one with the MX Reserve? MS explained it all at the FS Expo Friday kickoff, how the new changes don't have to be implemented on the planes, and they could add the ones they like. Okay. Fingers crossed, man. That's like the Southwest does for Companion Pass / A-List. Got you? Okay. I imagine there will be a transition period for 2024. I'd love to think so. But yeah, I'm sure we'll find all of this out. You know what I mean? If you got the American Express Reserve, you have access to the Maple Leaf Lounge in Canada on any Air Canada fare. Interesting. I did not know that. Captain Lavcore, how are you, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. try doing some flights into in the standard pressure region in Canada. It's pretty cool up there. Would be cool. I mean, we've got a Iqaluit now as well that we could fly up to. We've done some few flights. We did some flights last year. We did some Canadian North. And maybe we get one of those in. It'd be kind of fun. Yeah, the Ottawa Lounge just opened, I think, as well, didn't it, Les? Like, just opened up. All companies are businesses that you're loyal to in your everyday life. What drives your loyalty to a certain company? I guess it would just be... I don't really know, to be honest with you, John. I don't really have any companies, I think, that are like... that I'm loyal to in my everyday life. I don't think there's like a certain thing. I don't know. AC, we've had that for years. The Air Canada Lounge in Ottawa? What just opened then? Or was it the whole food court thing that opened up top? Or what were they doing? We have no US side lounge. Oh. Well, what were they working on? Was it like a... Or is that a new lounge that's up there? Ekem, are you doing a return flight? We're doing the return flight from yesterday's flight. Yeah, so we're going from Malaga back up to Leeds. The new food court, and there's another vendor lounge, I think. Okay, gotcha. Will planes that you have purchased in 2020 be transferred to 2024? They should be, Bellis, yes. That's what we were just speaking about. Everything should be. Fingers crossed. Delta, same with Sky Club and Amex Reserves. Free access for now until 2025. Then you get a certain amount of visits as far as the Delta goes. Got you. Okay. Yeah, I've heard lounges are getting pretty busy lately. No, I don't, John, at all. I don't at all. Do you know what Microsoft 2024 is going to get? Does it even seem like it can't get much better? Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot. They've got a couple previews up on their YouTube channel. If you go to the Microsoft Flight Sim YouTube channel, they've got like the preview, the teaser up. You can see some stuff. Also, if you're on like the forums, Microsoft Flight Simulator forums, they kind of post like pictures and stuff. Somebody did a comparison shot of the Grand Canyon in 2020 to the Grand Canyon in 2024, and it's pretty crazy, man. Yeah. The Aspire Lounge, it is where Porter Lounge used to be at Gate 20. Okay. 3Dev, what's up, man? Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Supposedly the planes will port, but I can see some tweaking for some, hopefully at no cost. Yeah, I don't like the whole cost thing. Yeah. I fly with the peasants in no lounge access right next to the baby screaming. Although I've kind of turned Dan on to looking at doing possible upgrades, right, Dan? Possible upgrades. When did you get an upgrade, Dan? I can't remember. You had an upgrade going home from... Where was it? Didn't you get the upgrade? Did you see the Bluebird Simulation 7.5 in the Jet2 livery? No. I don't think I have. Maybe I have? I don't know. Waiting lines in Atlanta for Sky Club, so that's why they're changing it up. 2-packed. Got you. Got you. I mean, Delta probably makes sense. Isn't Delta the biggest airline in, like, the world, North America? For sure, right? Reggie gifting 5 members to the channel. Reggie, my man, huge no floaties too, dude. Thank you very, very much for the support. Incredibly kind. Guys, if you just got a gifted membership from Reggie, please make sure you say thank you. And can we get a with you as well? No floaties and with you in chat for Reggie. Thank you, Reggie. We are all with you. Thank you for supporting the stream, man. Appreciate you, dude. Indigo, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. The upgrade was during the Houston trip. That's right. And you did get it, right? And it was from Houston to Edmonton or Houston to Calgary. To make it a flight simulation more realistic, they should add a faint screaming from children's sounds when you're in the cockpit. Just the kids screaming. Or you get the kid that got me sick on the flight from Denver to Toronto. I know it for sure had to have been that kid. everything was perfectly fine on my trip. Everything was great. And then my flight home from Denver to Toronto, I had a toddler in front of me and another baby with a mom and a dad, and everybody was clearly sick as could be. They were all coughing and sneezing, and the one kid was just like open air coughing, like like just sitting in the seat, open air coughing. And I remember I was flying on United. They don't have seat back entertainment. I was watching on my phone. I was watching a movie on my phone, and I remember looking through, you know, where the little seat you can see behind, in between the seats. I remember briefly looking and seeing the kid like just open air coughing. And I remember thinking to myself, well, I'm gonna get sick now, because I was, you know, we made it the whole week not getting sick, sharing the cockpit with everybody, and yeah, made the whole week without getting sick. And then sure enough, what happens, chat? 3 days after I get home, I am sick as can be. Like, I can't, man, I remember telling you guys, like, for 2 nights, the Tuesday and Wednesday nights, I literally thought, like, close going to, like, the hospital to go and, like, make sure I'm not dying. Like, it was brutal. Some of the worst fever, cold sweats that I think I've had in, I don't know, man, probably got COVID. Didn't check, didn't have any test strips left, but yeah, we can blame Dan, actually. We do blame Dan. Yep. 2 weeks ago was the last 737-200 was served in Canada. Actually, my buddy saw one. My buddy's plane spotting right now in Montreal. You know what's crazy, Jake, that you say that? My buddy's plane spotting right now in Montreal, and he sent me this morning. Hold on. Can I show? How can I do this? Can I go to this camera? Look, hold on. An Air Inuit 737-200 with the gravel kit installed was departing out of Montreal. So they're still flying. Canadian North 737-200. I hope Flight Sim 24 takes a load off the CPU, improves the frame time that causes stutters. It will 100%, Mark. Yeah, 100%, man. Yeah. Malaga, when my son was only a couple of months old, we flew across the country and he slept the entire time. Luckiest flight I ever had. No kidding, dude. You are lucky, man. Yeah. What's that radio thing you have? It's called the Logitech radio panel. Yeah. The gravel kit, man, so sexy. So sexy. Do you think the iFly 737 MAX will be good? I have no clue, Diego. I've never heard of any of their products. I didn't even know about them up until about a month ago. I don't know. 7.5 Jet2 is one of the only videos on the Bluebird Sim channel. Ooh, nice. Hey Cap, which is the longest flight you've done? Tomorrow I'll be flying from Melbourne to Dubai to follow my cousin's real flight. Whew, that's a long one. Longest one we've ever done in the sim was, we did Oslo to Vancouver. It was about 10 and a half hours. 10 and a half, 11 hours. Top of descent's in 190 nautical miles. So about 20 minutes. 20 minutes or so till top of descent. What's the black thing above the windows? I don't have any on my PMDG. Oh boy. It's been a long time since I've been asked that question. So, Katega. I'll explain this as easily as I can for the first time in a long time. What you're looking at right now is a wing view. I've essentially just tricked the camera. So you see right now how I can take my camera outside of the airplane. If I go inside the airplane, look, I can't go outside anymore, right? So basically what I've done is I've tricked the camera into basically allowing me to go outside the airplane like this, and then I've gone and I've set the view to be back over here. Now, when you do that, for whatever reason, PMDG draws these eyebrow windows on your livery. If I look, I'll bring you nice and close. You can see it's like an error glitch. I don't know why it does it. PMDG said it's just the way that the aircraft is done. How the aircraft is being rendered. Now, if I go to a regular outside view and I show you the outside view, you'll see that they're not there. Look, there's nothing there that has it drawn in. So it's only whenever you set that random view that you have like that. So that's why it does it. I wish I could explain more of why it happens like that. I think it's just the way that, I think it's just the rendering engine that PMDG, however they do it. The eyebrow question is asked relatively frequently. New emoji? You know what? As I just said, it hasn't been asked in... I feel like it's been months since I've had to answer that question. Everybody kind of knows now, because I think everybody has like a custom view that they have set. You know, a lot of people also ask me, Captain, why don't you just use the drone camera? Like, why don't you just use this view to set your views? Okay, well, here, I'll show you what happens, all right? So let's just say we set this view, okay? There's our view right there. We don't have it. All right, sweet. Now, let's just leave this camera here for the next couple of minutes and you'll see exactly what happens. Slowly but surely, the camera is going to start to tilt like this, right? As we fly over the curvature of the Earth, the camera is slowly going to tilt and it's going to keep, because you'll see. Yeah. The LOD model has it for the eyebrow windows to be turned on and off without a livery change. The external views use a different LOD, so that has them removed. See, that's a professional answer. That's what I'm going to start telling people from now on less, and they're going to be like, wait, what? Does radio panel let you have ILS frequency options? Yes. You can do COM1, COM2, NAV1, NAV2, identifier, DME, and transponder. You can do everything on these, actually. Pretty cool. Yeah. You can go all. You can even set your squawk code. You can do everything that you want. Yeah, they're pretty handy, man. Pretty damn handy. Does the radio panel... sorry, got that one. Probably because the inside view of the overhead panel. I don't know. Definitely not the overhead panel poking through. No, it's because of the eyebrow windows. Like Les said, you have an option to put eyebrow windows on. Cat, my PMDG says it does not need an update, but my iFly pad is not showing up and it won't let me use the old SimBrief integration. So Landon, what you need to do, man, is you need to come down here, go to the FMC, go to the main menu, go to PMDG setup, go to aircraft, go to equipment, scroll back 2 pages, flight tablet, yes. And then in order for SimBrief integration to work, you need to make sure that you're on the flight tablet. You need to make sure you click on electronic flight bag, and you need to make sure that you have this filled in first. So request new data from SimBrief. You have to make sure that that's done. Then you can do the stuff in the FMC. Then you can go to your route page and request a route and all that fun stuff. That's how that works. You have to do that first. It has to be in that order. So turn on the tablet, import from SimBrief on the tablet, then start using it in the FMC, and it'll work. Any good 777s in Microsoft? I've heard they're all terrible. They are all terrible. Yeah, PMDG is developing one, so we do have a good 777 coming, but it's not available yet. What did you just add? Dan. Dan's adding... Dan just added a nice... I like it. I like how he just copy-pasted Les's comment and just made it a command. So now what? Exclamation point eyebrows, and that brings that up, Dan, so I no longer have to... explain it. I kind of dig it. Do you think the tablet is going to come to Xbox? Yes, absolutely. If it's not already there. Yeah, it should definitely be there. At an Alaska flight into Seattle last night, the rain, the clouds, the perfect landing. It was so immersive, I can't imagine how much better 2024 will be. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. You are right. The one thing that this simulator has done that I didn't think has been physically possible, just because X-Plane was atrocious at doing it, was the actual interpretation of like low visibility, right? X-Plane had this like weird thing where like it would go from like you can't see anything to you can see everything. And I know X-Plane 12 has since fixed it with some of their weather things going on. It does do a better job at it, but as somebody who's X-Plane 10 and X-Plane 11, man, I can remember just see nothing and then you'd be able to see everything all of a sudden, you know? It was really, really weird in X-Plane. And Microsoft, the weather interpretation is, man, crazy. Yeah. When does FS Expo tickets go on sale? Mid-December, soon, December 17th. Flight Sim Pilot. December 17th, I believe they go on sale. You can put exclamation point FSE in chat, and that should take you directly to the website. We like our Nightbot commands around here. They make my life very easy. Remember the cloud updates in XM11 and clear skies, and then the Meteor updates and instant cloud skies? Dude. Or like, Zach, you'd just be flying and all of a sudden it would put you in a thunderstorm and you had about 15 seconds to change whatever you were doing, go inside, upstairs, and make sure you turned the anti-ice on or the airplane would fall out of the sky. Do you remember those? I literally crashed an airplane live on stream because of that. We were flying, I forget where we were flying. We were flying like, I don't know, Miami to like Pittsburgh or something like that. And all of a sudden, the weather updated, put me in the middle of like this crazy cell cloud, and I didn't put 2 and 2 together. Yeah. Cap, did you hear that FSS delayed the FMS and VNAV until the end of 2024? I did, and then I also saw that they're releasing an E190 and an E195. Something doesn't add up, Ryan. Am I right, or am I right? I don't understand how you can release a new product while the other product is delayed and everything's... That seems to go against every practice of selling a product of ever life, but hey, this is Flight Sim after all, man. This is Flight Sim. Flight Sim developers are a league of their own. A league of their own, my friend. A league of their own. I'm just scared that at the end of the day, there's just nothing, you know. I feel like I hope this isn't the case, but I feel like what's going to happen is I feel like it's just going to be a snowball effect. I feel like the release of Microsoft 2024 is going to do something to the airplane, and it's going to set them back another. I just feel like this is going to be an ongoing cycle where they just don't ever actually figure it out. And that's what I'm most scared about, and that's why I'm still sticking to my guns of the airplane is not worth it. I did, you know, I flew it a couple weeks ago. I did enjoy flying it for the week, but in the grand scheme of things, the fact that it cost money, how much it costs, and just the development has been extremely slow, almost painstakingly slow. I can't suggest that people spend their money on it. There's just far better products that you can support. There's far better ways to spend your money in the simulator than spending $40, $50 on basically a default airplane at this point. Yes, the modeling is good. They paid to get the modeling done. They didn't even do the modeling. So the modeling isn't even done by them. The textures aren't done by them. What have you done in the last year besides bug updates and fixes and stuff like that? I don't know, man. I feel like it's just going to be a snowball effect. It's going to be everybody else's fault, everybody else's problem. Oh, Microsoft, SDK, this, that, it's broke our airplane, blah, 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 blah. I don't know, man. We'll see. You're right. Really wish I didn't buy it last month. I mean, listen, at this point, this is kind of my outlook on it, Ryan. I have it. I have the E170. I have the E175. I'm definitely not going to purchase the E190 and the E195 until they provide us with a proper VNAV, LNAV, and custom FMC. When we get a VNAV, an LNAV, and a custom FMC, I will gladly spend more money and buy the E190 and buy the E195. But in its current state right now, especially with them not being able to address at least even getting us a custom FMC or like an LNAV profile or VNAV profile or something, I can't, I'm not going to endorse it on the channel, you know? Go with Latin VFR Captain Sim if you want true fidelity. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The highest of highest fidelities. All right. Winds and weather down in Leeds are showing winds 220 at 15. Few at 4,500. So it looks like the weather's kind of moved out. No more rain, no more low clouds. Few at 4,500. Sounds decent. Now we kind of need to know what we should expect. So let's come up over here. Let's start looking at some things. We're going to go to our airport charts. We're going to look at the airport itself. Now, winds 220 at 15. I'm assuming they're landing runway 14 now, chat. Would that assumption be correct? It's still going to be a crosswind landing no matter what, but runway 22 is 80 degrees versus 100 degrees. So I'm assuming that we're probably going to want to land on runway 14. Now, I'm going to quickly have a look and see which arrival we should be on. Again, they don't have any arrivals, so it makes it a little bit difficult. The arrivals just look like this. So I know that we're coming in on our flight path. It's going to be Denbigh. So we're coming in from Denbigh. I don't see... Oh, there's Denbigh. So it's going to be... okay, November 757, which is should take us from... Should be Embor, Trent, and then Denbigh. Legs. Embor... Okay, so it goes Elvis, Trent, Tippill, Denbigh. Okay, so that's how that's going. Embor, Trent, there's another waypoint somewhere here, and then Denbigh, and then it takes us direct to, and then we'll probably do the procedural turn for runway 14. I think that makes the most sense. Leeds is landing runway 22. Again, I feel like that's probably in the middle of a change. Look at the winds. Look at the winds. I feel like it's probably EGNM. Show on map. I feel like they're probably going to have to be switching it soon. I see an airplane. I see airplanes taxiing. Is he coming in right now? He's going to Manchester. Where's he going? He going to Leeds. He's going to Manchester. He just landed from Seville. That would be a quartering tailwind at 15 knots. I don't know if I'm going to do that, to be honest with you, man. I think we're just going to take. It's still going to be a crazy crosswind no matter what. That's Manchester. This isn't Manchester. Wait, this is Manchester. What the hell? EGNM. Show on map. Why did it zoom me in there? He just landed from Copenhagen on runway 32. And he just landed from Paris also on 32. Anybody else coming into here? Doesn't look like there's any traffic coming into Leeds. Everybody's going to Manchester, man. Maybe we should have been going to Manchester, chat. Yeah, I don't know. I still think runway 14 is the better option. Are we over Detroit? Yes. I still think runway 14 is the better option. That's what I'm going to be choosing. I don't really care what they're doing in real life. If there's no ATC online and the winds are the way that they are, yeah. Just judging by the, again, look at the winds. Winds are 210. See, that's who's 210 at 9 knots, few at 12, scattered at 35. I think this just hasn't updated. That's why this is old weather. Don't look at that. Wait, can I not? I can change it from simple. Yeah, this is the weather when we departed. No, actually it's not, because the winds were definitely not that when we departed. Weird. Okay, anyways, this is old weather. Right now it's showing winds 220 at 9 knots. Did I not put in the right iCow originally? VATSIM ATC has ATIS info runway 14. Let me see if I can pick anything up. EGNM, I do. Okay. Transition level, flight level 70, surface winds 220 at 9 knots. Visibility 10 mile more, light showers of rain in the vicinity. Runway in use, runway 14. Correct. That's what it says on the good old VATSIM. So that's what we're going to select. Now we have to take a quick little look-see here on the approaches. Approach. We're going to unpin you, go to search, go to approach, go to the NDB, ILS, Yankee or Zulu, pin that, go to pinned, go to approach, and we're probably going to take the ILS Zulu. We'll come back down here. We'll select the ILS Zulu runway 14, and we'll execute that. And then if we come down here, that should be like that. Beautiful. Okay. So from Denby, come back here. From Denby, we're going to take us to the Leeds VOR, and then we'll fly a procedural turn back. And basically the same thing we did the other day when we came into here as well. That's good. The Leeds Vansimatus is saying 14 is active. Yes, correct. I just checked. Thank you. Yeah. Hey, Cam, what is the best model matching for X-Plane? What do you use? Shit, what do I use? What was it called? Bluebell? Bluebell CSL or something like that, I think is what I'm using. What? Flying right over top of London, I think, right now. FSLTL, yeah, that's for Microsoft. For X-Plane, I believe it's Bluebell. Bluebell CSL, XCSL? XCSLs, maybe? I feel like that's what I'm using. XCSLs. I feel like that could be what it is. Top ascents in 77 miles. Do we have a 747-400? If so, we do Lufthansa short Frankfurt hops. I forget exactly where, but it only goes for like 2 hours. We don't have a good Frankfurt scenery, and we don't have a 747-400. We need both of those things. I think there's a mod for a 747-400, maybe, or I might be thinking of X-Plane. But, yeah. Are there any payware helicopters in Microsoft? Yes. There's some pretty good ones. Some good freeware ones as well. Use the base X-Pilot model matching. Could work, yeah. X-Plane's base 747 is a 400. Yeah. Not very good, though. I'm new to VATSIM. How do you get the ATIS if ATIS is on? So you can tune to the frequency. It'll give you a frequency if you check here. But if you just want to grab the ATIS quickly, you can double click on it, and then it'll put the ATIS in a message for you, and then you can kind of just read it. Information Charlie, runway in use 32, transition level. Wait, have they just EGNM? Have they completely just changed on what we just saw? Runway in use 32, transition level 70, surface winds 210 at 9 knots. How are the winds 220 at 7 knots before, now 210 at 9 knots, and they switch it to runway 32? Apparently there was a runway change. I don't know. It looks like there's a runway change. Looks like they're trying to go off real world. I don't even know who we have. It's got to be a center, or is it an approach online? I don't even know what ATC we have. Maybe one of the London controls. Maybe London North, actually, probably. 33705, I think that's who we'll be in contact with, but yeah. Well, that's what I mean, Crystal. It doesn't make sense. I don't understand why they just changed it completely. But this is definitely a new ATIS. ATIS information Charlie. Time 1920. So yeah, they did just put that out. Runway in use 32 trims. Weird. Weird, weird, weird. One 33705. Yeah, that's who we'll be with next. That is most likely who we will be with next. Careful, this London controller is a bit shouty. I don't have any issues, man. Okay, well, with that, then we'll plan some changes here for the arrival. We're going to plan for the ILS 32, and we'll execute that. Now, I don't know how things change for this approach now. I really don't know. We don't have any stars, so it's just going to be basically... I'm assuming it's probably going to be the exact same way. So let's go back to our pinned approach. We're going to remove those, and we'll go back to our search, and we'll go to approach, and we'll repin the ILS ILS approach. Go back to pinned, go back to approaches, and you can see here that it's basically from there. It should be the exact same thing, and we can come down here and we can look at our plan, and we can go to legs, and we can step through. It doesn't really draw it in all that well. Oh, because that probably has to be done like that. Yeah, it's going to do things a little bit weird. So let me try and go to the arrivals. We'll plan that. We'll go that, and we'll select that. Does that make things a little bit different? There we go. That's the approach that we wanted. Now you can see that we actually have a little bit of a procedural turn and around. Although it still does some weird things. Hopefully we'll just get vectored around. It's still doing some weird things. It is drawing the turn in, but you can see it goes like way past and then down, and we'll see what it ends up doing, but we'll see. Should be an interesting approach. I'm not quite sure why they switched the winds like that, but yeah. Use the LBO. Yeah, I did. Peter. What's the plan for tomorrow? We're doing more Ryanair. Going to be going from Dublin to Cork to Shannon. An all-Ireland day tomorrow. All right, top of descents in 32 miles. Anyways, we'll see what's planned here. We can always request for something different. I don't know why all of a sudden... It's so weird. The winds were 220 at 9. Okay, get this. This is what I don't understand. For ATIS information Bravo, the winds were 220 at 9, landing runway 14. ATIS information Charlie, winds 210 at 9, so actually more so favoring runway 14, landing runway 32. You can't make this one up. You can't make this one up, chat. Captain Taxiway Alpha is closed at Leeds, turn at November. Okay. Let me have a look-see here. Taxiway Alpha is closed, turn at November. Ooh, that may be spicy to make. We're going to go hard on the brakes on that one then. Would you ever like to visit Dublin? I would love to. Yeah. So Taxiway Alpha is closed is what you're saying? We took Alpha the other... Wait. No, we didn't. We went out in November and then back taxied. Yeah, Alpha is closed. I remember we had ETC the other day. They sent us out November and then back taxi and back around. Okay. Man, landing at this airport's going to be tricky too. It's like a runway. The crazy slope on this airport. It's built on a hill. Hey Cap, curious question. Did you use any type of post-processing such as reshade or freestyle? I don't. No. Nope. You're just seeing a copy of my screen, man. Hair silhouette. Glad you enjoyed it, man. Airlines IRL back taxi on the runway. Got you. Do you have the updated Fly Tampa Las Vegas scenery? Yep, we're going to fly in next weekend, Johan. Next week we'll be flying in. I loaded into the scenery, checked it, make sure everything worked beautifully. It's good. I'd love to see them get an update out for Toronto next. There's some terrain issues over at Toronto. I'd love to see an update for Toronto happen as well. I flew New York, and when I was there, they were so much cleaner than I expected. It's good. Any plans for the next long haul? No, I don't do a lot of long hauls here on the channel, man, mainly because we don't really have a lot of long haul aircraft. That's like the main reason why. The next long haul is going to happen at 75,000 subscribers, so we are getting close to that. But yeah, no plans, man. I haven't thought about anything like that. Nothing like that, my friend. There's no altitudes. There's no nothing, which is super weird. What are we intercepting at? What's our intercept? Intercept is at 3,000 feet. So I guess we'll just bug up 3,000 feet and we'll start our descent here soon, chat. 3,000 feet. Actually, we'll probably go down to 5,000 because we're going to get ETC. So we'll probably descend us down to there. Seatbelt sign can come back on. We'll be starting our descent here momentarily. I'm surprised we haven't got pinged by London yet. 133705. I've got it pre-programmed in here, ready to go for whenever he does give me a call. Will you be flying the AnyBuilds A300 when it comes out? Of course, absolutely. Yes, I'm sponsored by AnyBuilds as well. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll actually get a copy of the aircraft before release. And I'll be able to showcase it to you guys before it releases to the public. We're going to forecast our descent winds. We'll throw all that information in. What was our QNH was 989. So we'll start bugging up a bunch of information now. So 989 on the QNH. We'll get that ready to go. 989. Good. We're looking for 1109. 1109 on the ILS frequency, 1109, set left side and right side, front course 318, bug that up as well, 318, there's our descent chat, looking good, 318 set up on this guy, and we're looking for minimums today of, minimums will be, we're category C, we don't need it, minimums are, it's got a full approach. We can go 50 feet on the decision height. We'll go, we'll just use this one here. 762 ABC. We're a C. So 762 unless we're going auto land, but we're not. So 762. We're also going to load our winds. 099, sorry, 089 into there. Execute that. Good. Got our descent winds. Everything programmed into there. Beautiful. Transition level is 6,000 feet. That is all correct. I believe transition level is 6,000 feet. Transition level 5,000 feet. So we'll actually fix that. 050. Good. Beautiful. Cool. Climb straight ahead to 2,000 feet, then climbing right turn to LCTR at 3,000. Okay, well, there we go. Okay, cool. Descending, looking good. Waiting for, by the way, LBA VOR turn is max 185 IS for it. The LBA VOR turn. Yeah, that makes sense. Over top of the airport? Yeah, I'd believe that. I believe that. We're going to go auto brake max. I know that it seems excessive, but I swear the auto brake on the PMDG is non-existent. You can use 1, 2, and 3 and you barely notice anything. I don't know about you guys, but the last time I've flown in a 737, I got every single time I fly in a 737, they land and you literally get thrown forward in your seat by the braking action. So, yeah, I'm going auto brake max, especially for this one, short runway as well. He kept up a question: do you import custom cam views into Microsoft? How do you? It should just be a file drag and drop into your aircraft folder. I would throw that into Google or YouTube though, Aviator Chill. There's probably a tutorial out there exactly how to do it. Alternatively, go to flightsim.to and you could probably download someone's profile and they probably have detailed instructions in there how to do it. Yeah. I've noticed in Europe, in the PMDG speeds are 260, flight level 220, where I believe in the US it's 280 or above. Am I understanding it right? If so, why is that? Do you know? It shouldn't do it. It should be just based off of restrictions with the airport. Maybe there's the airfield that you're flying into. There might be some restrictions or something like that. I don't know. Did you hear what happened to LAX? Didn't a building catch fire or something like that yesterday? People were saying. Transition level is 7,000 on the ATIS. They're saying 7,000. You are correct. So we can change that to 070 on the ATIS. On the chart, it shows 5,000. The aircraft was doing 6,000, But the ATIS, you are correct, is saying transition level 70. Yeah. When do you know when to land on the 737? What do you mean? When do you know when to land? When you see the runway in front of you? You land on it? ECAP, weird question. Do you smoke cigarettes? No. Wacky tobacco? Yes. How do you know when it's to descend? So if you've got everything programmed correctly in the FMC, if you have everything set correctly, it should just, the aircraft should descend itself, and you'll see what here is, you'll have a vertical profile. So we've got 5,000 feet selected. The aircraft knows that it needs to be at 5,000 feet at certain waypoints. Again, if you have everything set correctly, and it should just follow it, man. So as long as you're in LNAV and VNAV, well, VNAV is your vertical profile. So as long as you're in VNAV and you've got everything set, and then you just lower your altitude, you'll see a little, be like a little ball, and it'll say T/D, top of his head. How do you feel about sneezing, yay or nay? Depends who's doing it. Cap, where do you get the cockpit textures from? FlightSim.to, man. The used, I think it's just wear and tear mod, PMDG wear and tear mod. If you hit CTR, you can see the descent slope. On this one, yes, you can see the descent slope. But again, no matter where you're using it, you always get the profile right here. So you've always got, if the number's up here, that means you're slightly above profile. If there's no number, that means you're exactly on profile. And if the number's here, that means you're below profile. Sorry, this means you're below, this means you're high on profile. You always have the magenta diamond for Boeing. In Airbus, it's a green ball or a blue ball. Like little things. Yeah. If you're in plan mode, profile doesn't show. Correct. But I don't know of anybody that would fly in planned mode. Yeah. Right, we're over on London, 330705. Alright, chat, I'm going to pause the music because, yeah, the shit usually gets a little bit intense flying in London airspace, so we're just going to do our best to try and listen and speak with him, okay? So bear with me here if I'm not as active in chat. A blue ball, I know, as soon as I said that, I was like, ah, fuck. Where's seat 2A when you need him? Land Control, very good evening, Chain X3, Charlie, November.
So it's first station called 2102. Can you confirm your call sign, please?
Yeah, it's Fly Lumo.
What's the plan for tomorrow? Ryan Air Ops.
Fly Lumo.
No, I can't hear that. Lima Mike Juliet 2102, climb flight level 130.
130-2102.
How about Microsoft Flight Sim through the Microsoft Store on PC?
November, under control, descend flight level 150.
Send flight level 190 and we have information, Charlie, thank you.
Confirm 150.
20 hotel with you at flight level 200, climb to flight level 240.
150 was correct, Gen X, 2 Charlie November, 3 Charlie November.
Okay, we keep crossing 3 Charlie November, just need to check 150.
150, correct, for Gen X, 3 Charlie November.
Easy 20 hotel, under control, climb flight level 340.
Flight level 340, easy 20 hotel.
Yes, you can get VATSIM from, I would suggest buying Microsoft on Steam, though, not through the Microsoft Store, just the file structure is a little bit weird. But yes, if you have it on, on the Microsoft Store or on Steam, you can still use VATSIM. Yes. We ever use the mini FCU for Airbus? If they send it to me, yeah, or if I end up buying one.
Spirit 60 Mike, descend 519.
How many monitors am I using? One for the sim, one for chat and everything else. And then I have the stream PC, which is at an exact 90 degree from my face.
Second?
The stream PC has all that information.
Approved to hold back.
I've actually thought about putting the stream PC above me right there. doing like a monitor mount and having the stream PC right there, so I can have all 3 monitors right there, but
340 degrees, descent to altitude 2,000 feet.
it's not bad.
340 down to 2,000 feet.
What mic / headphones am I using?
Passing altitude.
Microphone is the Shure SM7B, and the headset is the Sony MDR 7506 Professionals.
Shuttle 13 Charlie, resume mode navigation, Niagara.
Yankee 0 Tango, request taxi enable from Lima 1.
Stand by please, Shuttle 13 Charlie, London control.
Go ahead.
Redirect Niagara.
On nav, Niagara 13 Charlie.
Leland 8 Alpha Whiskey, 32, clear to land, wind 210 degrees at 9 knots.
I find it really weird they're sending us in on runway 32 right now, man.
Channel 3 Charlie November, descent flight level 80.
Sunflower 80, Gen X 3 Charlie November.
Speedbird 60 Mike, monitor you the complay.
Alright, 80 for us.
Easy 7910 kilo, 26, clear to land, wind to cushion 190 degrees, 18 knots.
Good time to 6 7910 kilo.
I think it's really weird that they're putting us in on runway 32. It's going to be a spicy arrival, chat, that's for sure.
Southeast of Leek,
Spicy, spicy.
GNH is 9-4 hectopascals. VSR.
I'm assuming that they use the audio mixer to change the volume of everything in your PC then, just for the stream, but for you as well. Correct, yeah. So the audio mixer does all the sound, and I have it, how it works as Rito is, I have 6 channels put into one channel that you guys hear. So I have access to all 6 channels, but that comes out as an audience mix. So you get whatever I control here. But yes, you are correct. The way that you're hearing it is the way that I'm hearing it. Yeah.
Scaven 202.
Runway change to 14 at 190 degrees at Leeds IRL. Interesting. Even at the winds that it's showing right now. Like this is going to be a quartering tailwind at 9 knots. Instead of like a quartering crosswind at
speed
9 knots on the other way around. It just makes more sense for runway 14, but I guess it's all about traffic flow, right? It's probably more what it's about.
Cleared level.
Flight level 350, 1439.
Thank you. Brake speed 897 Charlie. You're also waiting to call.
Just ask the controller for another runway. No, we're fine, man. We're fine, dude. I don't want to, you know, if that's what he's got set up, that's what he's got set up. We'll figure it out. We'll make it work, man. We'll make it work. If there was no ATC online, I would 100% use runway 14, but there's ATC online, so we're going to cater to him. It's just I said, like, it just doesn't make sense to me. We have an opportunity to land with... You have the opportunity to land with a headwind, a quartering headwind, but they're choosing to make us land with a quartering tailwind, which again just doesn't seem to make sense to me, but
thank you,
that's fine. We'll make it happen.
Shannon 132.
134.260.
134.260, thank you.
It's going to be a spicy approach.
What'd you buy?
What 737 are you using since I haven't bought one yet? I'm planning to get one. The PMDG.
All stations, London Control is now closed due to workload, so monitor Unicom 122.8.
God damn, dude. These guys, I'm telling you, man. Closing because of workload. Hey, chat, you know what that means? We're taking the ILS runway 14. Yep. Programmed in. There we go. Ta-da! We are now planning runway 14. I'm from Leeds. Love your content, bro. Keep it up. Thanks so much, Adam. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What's your favorite scenery you've used in Microsoft Flight Sim? There's a lot of great scenery, man. There's if there's one thing I truly think it's like scenery has just taken a whole, you know. Yeah, I don't know. There's so many good ones. Look at that rain out there, man. This is what I'm saying about this sim. It's just mind-blowing to actually see like the rain. It's so cool, man. Badass. Unless another controller takes over. Could, yeah. I don't see any... well, I see approach online, actually. Shit. Approach is online. 134... Fuck. Shit, we may have to re-all do all this. 134580. Hopefully there's nobody else coming in. God damn it, approach is contacting me now. Uh-oh, chat. We may have to redo all of this. 134580 is us. And then we would have ATIS information... What was it? Charlie still? ATIS... Alpha. They're still using 3.2. Oh, man. Just after we did all of that. Leeds approach good evening, Channix 3, Charlie, November 1500, descending 8,000. We have information, Alpha.
Roger. Do you have an approach request?
Winds are favoring the 1-4. Is that possible at all?
Yeah, vectoring ILS 14, radar heading 360 degrees.
Alright, we'll expect the ILS runway 14 and we'll fly heading 360 degrees. Thanks so much. 10x3 Charlie November. Alright, he's going to get us for the ILS. We're going to flip this to 360. I should have just gone the other way. Stupid. 360. We'll spin that now. We'll go over to heading mode. He's going to give us vectors. We're descending 8,000. I'm just going to go level change and we're going to go 250. He gives me speed otherwise. We'll just do that. Okay. Now, what do I have set up? We got to go and switch all of this out now, chat. We need to go to search. We need to go to approach. We need to plan for the ILS runway 14. We're going to pin that. We're going to go to pins. We're going to go to approach. We're going to go to ILS 14. And we need to plug in some frequencies. 1109. Wait, it's the same thing? Interesting. Okay, 1109. Front course 138. So we'll flip that all around. 138 on the front course. 138. Left side, right side. Good. And our minimums, we're going to be on the 874 for minimums. We'll set that now. 874. Right, minimums are set left side. Good. Cool. We're still going with auto brake max, and we've still got ground spoilers armed as well. We're sitting at 250. I'll roll back the speed to 240. And we're descending 8,000. We're using Phoenix liveries 4K. 8K liveries. Listen, man, I think that's some of the silliest things ever. The size of these 8K liveries and for what they do, come on, man. You don't need 8K liveries. It's fucking bananas, dude. You do not need 8K liveries. Trust me when I say that. 4K is perfectly fine. Even 4K I feel like is like kind of like it's too much, you know, but yeah.
Check 3 Charlie November, turn left heading 330 degrees.
Left turn 330 degrees. 10x 3 Charlie November. 330 degrees for us, chat.
Jet 3 Charlie November, 32 miles from touchdown, descent to altitude 3,500 feet, QNH 989 hectopascals.
Alright, we'll descend 3,500 feet, 989 hectopascals for 10x 3 Charlie November. Alright, 3,500, we're going to go vertical speed. We'll descend at about 1,200 feet per minute, something like that. We'll keep it. Don't need to do anything too crazy. What descent mode do you use while getting vectored? You can use level change or you can use vertical speed. Depending on where you are, what you want to do, how far you are out from the airport, sometimes it's more beneficial to put in level change because you'll probably descend a little bit quicker. Sometimes it's more beneficial to just put a vertical speed because you don't need to, nothing excessive, right? Like we're getting vectored, we still need to be probably about here. We're still about 10 miles probably from getting a right, if not more, 10 miles from making a right turn, right? So if we can descend at, let's say, I don't know, 1,500 feet per minute, that should be a good rate. We should be able to manage our speed as well at that. You can also throw it into level change, which would basically do the same thing. And what level change will do is level change will descend you based on your speed. So if you have 240 knots selected, level change will maintain 240 knots and use the pitch of the airplane to achieve that. So it's not going to use any throttle. Throttle's going to stay at idle, and it's going to maintain 240 knots on the pitch of the aircraft.
Good evening, Childerz 932 with you.
9089 on the QNH, which we have selected. PMDG old cockpit? Yeah, this is the older one.
Doing AlexSiu.
Those custom interior cockpit textures, you know, you can download these, like the wear and tear. No, it's just a wear and tear mod, Joe. It's great. I absolutely love it. It actually makes the aircraft, you know, look like it's serviceable and used.
D770.
D770, Childerz 932.
Childerz 3 November, turn right, heading 055, base leg.
Right turn 055, Childerz 3 Charlie November. Alright, right turn 055, chat. Good. 3,000 feet is still in and selected. So you can see he's getting that turn nice and easy, right? We didn't have to run the full 10 miles. We probably ran like 5 miles there. Because we put it into level change, the aircraft is descending quite nicely. I am going to start bringing my speed back, though, now. We need to start kind of getting things a little bit more set up.
32, turn left, heading 340 degrees.
340 degrees, Childerz 932.
What is my simulator? This is Microsoft Flight Simulator. Yeah. How'd you swap the layout for this cockpit? Like this one? You just do it in the... It's in the FMC. Do it in the PMDG setup. Aircraft. I think it's in the displays. Somewhere in here. I think it's in here. Displays. Somewhere you can choose.
32 miles from touchdown, descent to altitude 3,500 feet, QNH 989.
Might be somewhere in here. If it's not in here, it might be in equipment. Yeah, it's in equipment. MCP type. Honeywell or Collins.
Turn right heading 110 degrees, report localized established.
Right turn 110 degrees will report established. Childerz 3 Charlie November. Alright, we're going to arm our localizer. We're going to go flaps 1. Going to roll back as well. Speed to 190. We should be intercepting now. Approach Childerz 3 Charlie November established, runway 14.
Childerz 3 Charlie November, roger, descent to altitude 3,000 feet, then on the glide path.
3,000 feet, descend on the glide path. Childerz 3 Charlie November. Alright, let's go flaps 5 degrees. Nice little wing view of that. Flaps are out, maintaining our speed. Descending on the glide path. I don't think we have tower online. No tower. No tower.
Childerz 3 November, runway 14, clears land, wind 210 degrees, 11 knots.
Runway 14 cleared to land, Childerz 3 Charlie November. Thank you. Look at the wind right now, chat. 38 knot crosswind. Quartering crosswind. It's going to flip over soon, but pretty gnarly, chat. Pretty gnarly. 154 on the approach speed is what we're looking for. Let's roll our speed back to 170. We're going to go gear down.
Childerz 932, turn left, heading 320 degrees.
Go to land, we're getting everything on. Flaps 15 degrees. Comes the wind starting to switch itself over. And we're going final approach speed 154. There we go. Now the wind is switching over, so we're able to bleed off some of that speed. Flaps 25 degrees. Yoke cam's going on. Enjoy the arrival, friends. It's going to be a gnarly one. Flaps 30. My airplane. My throttles.
32, turn right heading 050 degrees.
Enjoy.
Base leg.
Right, Japan just reached Childerz.
400.
Right there, 9J, Cuba, Wet level 160 for 500.
+100.
Beach Wave Vectoring RS runway 14, descend flight level 80.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Reversers, nose down gently. I don't care. We're absolutely taking that landing, chat. That was gnarly weather. Reversers are out, decelerating. 60 knots.
Turn right heading 110 degrees. Support established.
Auto brake off. Oh my goodness. That was eventful.
Runway 9, Childerz, Quebec, flight heading 360.
Wow, floaty? That was not floaty at all. We got a 300 foot per minute. That wasn't floaty at all, man. We smacked that down. And did you see that crosswind correction? Left rudder, right aileron. We actually did that really well. I'm quite happy with that one.
Taxi on Delta, stand 16 left.
Taxi via Delta, stand 16 left for Chinix 3 Charlie November. Thanks for ATZ. Alrighty.
Shining 332 established.
16 left is not an option. Can we take 15 left?
3000 descend quite fast, Shining 332.
Whoever said that was floaty, I think you need to... No, I forgot to turn the replay again, chat. I've been real bad with this, man. That approach came so quick. Like, I was not prepared for that. Like, we barely got our VREF speed at, like, 500 feet above. That was, yeah. That was gnarly. But that was not... We can go back and watch the... We can rewind the footage and watch it, but that was not... definitely not a floaty landing, man. Definitely not floaty. That wind was... Wow. Holy... But we're definitely getting better, and that's the main thing here, is we're getting way better with these crosswind landings. I mean, chat, last year, I would have landed with a 14-knot crosswind. My God. I don't even want to know what would have happened. I'm pretty sure we would have all been dead. So we're getting way better. Like, way better. Alright, I also...
So 532, runway 14, clear to land, wind 210 degrees.
He gave me
1
5. I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna go 15 left. I don't see the... I don't see 16 left, so something's weird with it. No. Jet2. Okay, they should be into there. Good, cool. That's coming off. That's a normal landing in Leeds. Every airline smashes it into the ground. Again, I don't even think it was a smash. I think it was just under the conditions. If it's under 300 feet per minute, I'm perfectly fine with that one. It was a tough landing, man. Like, tough landing. That was no joke. It was it was like a 15 to 18 knot crosswind. That was like direct crosswind too. 90-degree crosswind. It was pretty gnarly. Pretty fun though, that's for sure. I had a great time though. That's all that matters on that one. But do you see what I mean about the runway as well? Is the runway like that in real life? Is it actually like a roller coaster? I think that legitimately looks like a roller coaster. I don't know if I would want to be landing into here all the time. It's pretty gnarly, man. Like that shit, literal roller coaster. Park brakes on. We're good. Wonderful. Upstairs, APU gen is on. APU bleed is on. Isolation valve is open. Engine number 2 is coming off. Engine number 1 is off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome down to Leeds. Back to Leeds, I should say. Seatbelt sign is off. Anti-collision light is off. Yaw damper's off. Probe heats are off. Hydraulic pumps are off. Fuel pumps are off as well. Beautiful. Beautiful, 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 my friends. Request deboarding. And there we have it. It's pretty much a theme park ride. I wonder if you actually feel that as a passenger on the aircraft. Do you actually feel the bumps in the runway like that? Like, it's pretty wild, man. Like, that's pretty Like, it's literally like this. Like, I don't know if I've ever seen a short runway that bad, like that crazy. That's pretty wild. That is pretty wild. Guys, if you did enjoy that one, please don't forget to smash down that thumbs up button. Thanks, everybody, for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Overall, obviously not the smoothest landing that we've ever had, but for the conditions, for the runway, I'm taking that all day long, chat. I don't care, man. I do not care. Under 300 foot per minute, what was it? 294 and a 091 on the G. Again, I wish we had a replay to look at that, because I would almost suspect that we got what happened with... Remember, I've always told you guys, if you land on an uphill in Microsoft Flight Simulator, you get crazy low landing rates. If you land even in the slightest dip of a runway, if it's sloped downwards, it shoots your landing rate through the roof. I would seem to think that it was probably a lot less than a 294, but hey, that's just me. Regardless, I'm happy with it. It was perfectly fine. Birmingham's also a roller coaster. Interesting. We have to go visit all the roller coaster airports. I did forget the replay. Dude, this approach came in so fast, man. I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting runway 32, then we switched to runway 14 because I requested runway 14, and then we got radar vectors in, and I was not expecting that. We caught that glide slope, dude, and we were I was looking at 1,500 feet before I even knew it. It was crazy, man. It was crazy. Never had an issue landing at EGBB. Birmingham's flat. Okay. I got my PC. Should I buy FS Realistic and GSX Pro first, or get the Phoenix alone first? I'd say get yourself a high quality add-on. So get yourself the Phoenix, get yourself the PMDG, get yourself the aircraft, then start getting the add-ons. I think that would be the best way to do it. How can we view, like, how can we do a replay without doing a replay? Can we go to my channel and can we watch that? I guess we could do that, couldn't we? Yeah, like, we can go to the channel. This might be a little bit weird. We may be in, but we should be able to go back and hold on. Let's go back. Okay, here. Let's watch the approach. We can do this. We can make this go full screen. Where's me? Okay, hold on. Let me hide myself here for a second. There you go. Now you guys can actually see. So we'll watch replay. We'll turn sounds up. Hold on. There we go. Now we have sounds.
400.
Like that. Look at the winds, man. 17 knots on a perfect crosswind right now. 17, 16, 15 knots. I think it started slowing down a little bit towards the ground. But holy macaroni, man.
100. 50.
14 knots right now.
30. 20. 10.
Reversers, nose down gently. I don't care. We're absolutely taking that landing, chat. Whoever said that was a float, I feel like they're just saying that just to say that. But I don't know, chat. That was, I feel like that was a damn good landing for the circumstances. Very good landing for the circumstances. Speed was good. Altitude was good. Got a little bit low on slope, but again, we rode 2 white, 2 red all the way in. Considering those winds, I feel like that was really good, man. We kicked that over nicely right before touchdown.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Decrab at about 10 feet. Hold it, aileron into wind, and there she goes. I don't know, man. I'm taking that one, chat. I'm taking that all day long, chat. All day long, chat. Mods, donators, and sponsors, thank you so much for everything that you do for the channel. Without you guys here, none of this would be possible. Thank you all so much for your support. I truly do appreciate it. Looks like it's about to start raining here again as well. We are live again tomorrow. We have some fun flights planned tomorrow. We're going to be doing some more Ryanair ops, real-world Ryanair ops. The plan is to go from Dublin to Cork, Cork to Shannon. If that ends up being very short, we'll probably do the Cork back to Dublin flight as well. So keep in mind, we may do 3 sectors tomorrow, but if it ends up being like 2.5 or 3.5 hours for doing the first 2 legs, then we'll probably wrap it up there. I'm not quite sure how long those flights are. Somebody was saying that they're very short in chat today, so I'll keep an eye on that. Hopefully it's not too crazy short. But again, mods, donators, and sponsors, thank you so much for your support. Without you guys here, none of this would be possible. So thank you all so much for support, man. I really do appreciate you. FS Realistic shot the camera unrealistically. I don't know, man. Again, FS realistic just goes off your foot per minute, right? So if the foot per minute reading on that, because we land on a slight like downslope, is higher than it should be, then FS realistic is going to act accordingly. Regardless, I think it was a great flight. I'm super happy with that. It was under 300 feet per minute, 0.91 on the G, so it felt super comfortable for the passengers. Again, I'm very happy with that. I also always say, take these landing rate monitors like a grain of salt, right? They don't really give us accurate information. If you flew the approach well, that's really all that matters. I'm more happy with the way that we handled that crosswind, maintained center line. We're able to decrab the airplane perfectly, just past 10 feet, around 10 feet, decrab the aircraft. Again, maintain center line. Like I said, a year ago, if I would have flown this approach, we would have been off to the left side of the runway or the right side of the runway, right? Because I wouldn't have done the proper decrab and we just wouldn't have flown the approach properly. So I'm more so happy with that it was a positive landing rate in the touchdown zone, proper decrab on the crosswind as well. The crosswind has been one of the more difficult things that I've had to teach myself over the last like 6 months to a year, especially in Microsoft Flight Simulator, because we all kind of know the ground physics feel a little bit weird sometimes. Sometimes it feels like you're on skates, kind of just slides around a little bit too much. So to everybody else that cannot donate using a monetary value, I want to thank you guys just as much for being here. Thank you everybody for your continued support of the channel. You guys are absolutely awesome. One more day in the 737. Like I said, it is going to be tomorrow over here in Europe. We're going to do some real world Ryanair ops. It's going to be a blast. Again, Dublin, Cork, Shannon, Cork, in that order, I think, is the plan for tomorrow. Guys, enjoy the deboarding. I apologize about not being able to get a replay up. I have to spam replay at me every time now until I remember. I don't know why I've been forgetting the replay, but appreciate everybody being here. Have yourselves a great Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon, whatever it may be. And hopefully I will catch you guys all tomorrow for our flights with Ryanair. Happy landings, my friends. See you.